I didn't even recognize. So this girl is sitting out front of her house right now. She's sitting out front of the house right now as she's recording this. Boy, she's standing 10 toes. 10 toes.
But anyway, she had so much to say. Just kept popping it at the mouth. It was to the point my stepmother had to tell her, like, I don't even appreciate how you talking to me. And it's just like, I don't know. I feel like a motherfucker never had their ass whipped. She called my stepmother a girl. She said, if it's such a problem, why she not living over there with you? Floor. And I remember, bitch, I'm so winded. Once I touched the floor, I just kneel on the bitch, holding her down, restraining her. I took the mace, sprayed the bitch with the mace in the face.
Oh my goodness. She sprayed her with mace at point blank range. I know that was mission critical. Imagine getting sprayed with mace right here. Right here. That's crazy. Welcome back to another episode of Clocked Out Conversations. I'm your host, Fahim, and today we got some more TikTok content. I moved in with my friend and her family, and it went left. I'm not here to waste your time. Like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more, and let's get into it.
Alright, you may be wondering why I got all this shit in the back of me. But just stay tuned for this story time if you enjoy fake bitches being revealed, family drama, and friend fallouts. Or if you just like some tea like me. But I'm going to have to give y'all the whole rundown. This is basically a story time of how I moved into a friend at the time's house, and the shit just, it bomb-fired really quickly. Which explains why all my shit is in my car instead of the house. So in a lot of words, I really want to know what y'all think about this. For starters, I had met this girl in high school. We went to high school together and we were in truck together. I knew her about a year or two before we moved in together, or before I moved in her mother house. But we was never everyday friends. We was always like, we would talk every now and then over the phone. We never really hung out. We started to hang out more prior to me end up moving with her. To make a long story short, I had went through some stuff with my family. As a lot of y'all know, a lot of y'all don't know, my mother's like a narcissist. So a lot of shit was really fucked up, I'm 18 at the time, and I had just graduated, and I was going through like a whole living mix-up where I was trying to figure out where I was going to go because my mother purposely abandoned me and left my ass. So I'm 18 years old, new to the world, my first year being an adult, and I had to find somewhere to stay. And with us had been around each other more than usual, I end up asking her, like, you think your mother be cool with me staying in your house or whatever until I find somewhere to go. Now, mind y'all, I did not plan to be here for a long time. This had to be like the end of June, I want to say. And she was supposed to go off to college in August. Mind y'all, at the time, I did not have a whip. I didn't have no car. And I planned to leave in August when she went to college. So I was going to get my apartment instead of getting a car first and go to college. And get my apartment in August. So anyways, her mother agreed that I could stay there for the amount of time needed, and that was fine. And she just asked me what was my plan. I explained to her I plan on getting an apartment. I don't plan on being here for a long time because just as much as nobody want to share their space for a long time, don't nobody want to be in nobody else's space for a long time either. Now, everything started off cool. Like, whatever the mother cooked, we could eat. Like, they always broke down groceries. That was no problem. I can't say, like, my first, like, me staying in the house, I was always one of them type of people, like, y'all, if I use some dishes or I use a bowl or a plate or a spoon, I would clean out my dishes or whatever, right? And me being me, like, since they had let me stay, and at the time she wasn't even asking for no money, I'm like, okay, if it's dishes in the sink, I'm going to wash them or whatever, right? So at this point, I'm cleaning up after other people. It's 3 of them in the house, it's 1 of me. I quickly noticed that me cleaning up became like, oh, damn, we got somebody else to clean up, so we don't have to clean up. Meaning I quickly pushed away from cleaning up because fuck no, where they do that shit at? That's lazy as hell. And I feel like it's only 1 of me, so I'm not making as much mess as 3 people. And then I really noticed more so like the mother did a lot more of the cleaning than, the siblings. That seemed to be like their agreement, and when it got too much, maybe, they pitched in. Now, I was used to being with my sister. My homegirl, I consider her my sister. So my whole thing, like, when dishes start to get messy and shit, I feel like if you seen me wash the dishes last time, that means you should wash the dishes. You shouldn't expect somebody to keep going to the sink and washing fucking dishes. If somebody cleaned up the bathroom last time, you should take initiative and be like, damn, let me clean the bathroom the next time. Y'all, I'm talking about, I would fucking be having work for 6 days in a row and only 1 day off in between and have to go back to work. And the girl I was staying with, she would be off for like multiple days at a time. And if you ask me, I think she was part-time because she only would be working like 5 to 4 hours. Meanwhile, I'm working 8-hour shifts. I'm talking about would be home for multiple days at a time because I decided to pitch in and clean and help clean up, which I don't got to do. It's not even my residence. I'm a guest, if anything. Motherfuckers start to just not clean up at all. Like, oh yeah, she's going to clean up. I'm talking about one day I came from work. Everybody had been home all day this day. At this point, it's 4 people in the house. And I get home, I'm from work, I'm so fucking tired, my job drains me. I get in the house, and motherfuckers like, oh, can you wash the dishes? And bitch, you ain't even had work today. Why you ain't washed the motherfucking dishes? Mind you, I thought that shit to myself, and I feel like at the time I was playing a role, like, you know what? I'll just wash the dishes so a motherfucker can't say I never did nothing they asked me to do. Mind you, I'm also the last person who washed the dishes. So, with that being said, with all of that shit happening, I quickly moved away from cleaning up. Because I see motherfuckers think that it's the cleanup crew, that I'm a maid, or it's something like that going on. And I quickly began to voice myself in some text messages. Like, it's extremely too much cleaning up. You don't think that it's a problem that you don't go half on cleaning up. Because I quickly began to notice that if nobody else cleans up in the house, she was responsible for cleaning. So she started to try to do me how they was doing her ass. But anyways, like I said, it was no real big problems except for the cleaning up. It was extremely too much fucking cleaning up.
In reality, everybody's supposed to clean up their own mess. Everybody is, man. It keeps the household that much more simple if everybody is responsible for their own mess. Don't just throw it out on anybody because they're going to feel used. Similar to how you're just supposed to split checks when you go to restaurants. Don't just say, oh, everybody just, we gonna go down the middle. No. How about everybody pay for everything that they ordered? We don't have any problems. Let's continue.
It was always some fucking cleaning to do up in it. It was because nobody cleaned up after themselves. Motherfuckers wait until everything piles up and then they decided they was going to clean. And I wasn't even raised like that. I don't even understand. Like, I had 3 siblings and my mother, you know? Well, it's 3 of us and my mother. We never even did that much fucking cleaning. So to further the story, she ends off leaving for college. Mind you, I had decided that, like, dang, because everybody was talking to, they was like, you gonna need your car, because I wanted to move out of state. They was like, you gonna need your car if you want to move out of state and stuff like that, because you're gonna be on your own, you young, like, you by yourself, you don't want to, move nowhere, and you don't have no transportation. Also, you don't want to be responsible for rent and bills and have to pay for transportation. So I took that up with her, and I guess she followed through with her mother, and it was fine. I could still stay there for further more time than August, right? Now, I'm also going to throw this in a story. So, while I'm staying at this person's house that's supposed to be my friend from high school, we ran track together. At this point, we both graduated the summertime. Mind you, I just came from a whole fucked up situation. Before my mother told me, like, I couldn't be there, I also went to go stay with her father, and he was a fucking narcissist. That's a whole nother story. We can get into that on YouTube. I up and left his residence and left all my shit. Because I said, fuck it, I'm not going back. I don't want to be treated like that. Therefore, I barely had anything. I only had, like, the stuff I came with in my suitcase. I hadn't been working for a month after graduation because I was just enjoying my time. But I had to stack my money back up since now I'm by myself. Like, you know how this shit go, y'all. And I had been traveling, not even thinking, like, okay, at the time I thought I was going back to be with my people, just at least to get my stuff or stack more over there. Like, you know, even though I didn't like being there. But I had to sacrifice and I ended up just having to leave everything. With all of that being said, y'all, I did not have a transportation at the time. I did not have a car. This girl had a whip. She did not offer me no rides to work. I had to ask her, like, can you take me to work? And she be like, yeah, I could take you. You think you could pick me up? And mind you, like, you could tell, a real friend could tell, like, I'm in the middle of, like, a midlife crisis damn near. Like, you know, mind y'all, before all of this shit happened, I was one of the friends, like, if I got it, I got you. Like, I gave this bitch a fucking graduation dress. She didn't have no graduation dress. Mind you, that's nothing to me because if I got it, you my friend, you my bitch. Like, it ain't nothing with us. But all of that to say, every opportunity, I feel like I was being shown, like, you know? While I'm peeping all of this, I decided not to really say nothing. More so survival mode. Like, I feel like you can't tell no bitch you not being real. or you're not doing this good enough. Like, you know what I'm saying? You either got it or you don't, because I got a sister that I don't have to check or tell her, oh, you should do this out of loyalty or this, that. Fuck no. And when it comes to the cleaning up part, y'all, it was one day, I had already washed the dishes before, and I had told her, like, you know, some dishes in there, you plan on grabbing them, because, you know, basically I'm not. And she told me, like, yeah, girl, I'll wash the dishes for you. She said, I'll wash the dishes once I get back from wherever I'm going. First of all, who the fuck leaves the house with the house not clean? I didn't even grow up like that. But you know what? It's not you know what I'm saying? But I'm just like, all right. So mind you, at the time, I'm new. Like, I don't even know, her mother don't even play dishes sitting in the sink, which is really most people's expectations for their home. Especially older, because her mother's not young. She's not a young fish. So I haven't really had this much interaction at the time of staying in the residence with her mother, really. Like, I don't really know her mother like that. But her mother says, yeah, she comes to the kitchen while I'm in the kitchen. She's like, yeah, somebody needs to wash these dishes. Mind you, in my head, I'm like, why is she saying somebody? Like, you know what I'm saying? So I immediately text my friend, like, yeah, your mother's complaining about the dishes, so, you know, when you get home, like, let her know you're gonna wash the dishes, like, you know? So I guess her mother had words with her behind my back, or, like, you know, something I didn't know about, and was basically saying, like, dishes sitting in the sink, and she needs somebody to wash the dishes now, and da-da-da-da. And she kept it cool with me, but she explained that to, you know, her daughter. I then receive a fat-ass paragraph of her saying, if my mother tell you to do something, do it. I don't care if it's scrub the floor. Don't disrespect her. She said something. Which means that even what her mother told her could have been exaggerated, but I don't know. She claimed through text message her mother asked me to do it, and I never did it. But my whole thing is, if you told me out your mouth you was gonna do it, then you should have got that shit done, and you should explain to your mother you said you were gonna do it before you left. And you know your mother don't even play that shit, so that has nothing to do with me. Furthermore, part 2, watch part 1 and keep up. I hope y'all in tune to this shit. It's finna be a ride. Anyways, yeah, my whole principle of the story was more so like, if you explain to me that you would wash the dishes once you get back, and your mother is basically in her head like, well, if you gone and she's at the house, why can't she just wash the dishes? And I didn't even understand no shit like that. You should have took it up with your mother to make sure, you know, she know that you was supposed to wash the motherfucking dishes. Mind you, at this time, it's so many fucking dishes in there. And I'm thinking like, damn, who the fuck is using all them dishes? So I had been washing the dishes, so motherfuckers had just been letting the shit pile up because they wasn't washing them. So I see a whole bunch of bowls and cups. I'm like, damn. Like, and it's like, if we all one person on different schedules, I don't understand why nobody's just washing out their own dishes. So in the middle of whatever conversation they had that she relayed back to me, and her mother came and spoke to me, her mother slips up, or not even slips up, but she ends up saying that her daughter was like, yeah, mom, like, most of the dishes in the sink are mine. So you coming to me about something I didn't do when it came to washing some dishes in the sink, all for your mother to say you told her all them dishes was yours. And I believe it, because it was so many fucking dishes, and I was wondering where they came from. So you was expecting for me to clean dishes, and your trifling ass was putting more dishes in there, and then had the nerve to say you gonna wash dishes when you get back, when your mother don't even play having dishes in the sink overnight. And you knew you left nighttime, and they was gonna have to sit overnight because you wasn't gonna be right back.
So she was just trying to toss the responsibility onto her, even though she was the one that put all the dishes into the sink. And then wanted to confront her about the dishes being in the sink via text messages, because her mom addressed her and said somebody needs to clean the dishes. But it in fact wasn't her fault to begin with. Nah, man. No. That doesn't make, that's backwards. Why would you text me and be upset with me about the dishes in the sink that are yours that you didn't clean? Let's continue.
Y'all picking up what I'm dropping off. I just want y'all to catch the drift. Anyways, all of that to say, I didn't wash no dishes, because I was not going to wash dishes. Like, that didn't have nothing to do with me, especially you just admitted to your mother you left dishes up in there, and then you telling me if your mother no, bitch, you should have knew to get them motherfucking dishes out the damn sink. What's wrong with you? Anyway, fast forward to the original plot of the story. So that just shows y'all that it was plenty times when she tried to get smart with me, or I even started to realize, like, bitch, this ain't even your friend for real. Also, it'll be times like she'll go out with her homegirls and she wouldn't even invite me, but whenever I went out with my bitch, I would invite her, like, oh, you want to come? You want to do something with us? So all of these things I'm starting to realize, like, I don't even think this bitch really fuck with me like that, but really I don't even think I took too much heed to it just off the strength of the situation. And also, sometimes, like, you don't really think somebody trying to, Because even with getting smart on the messages in real life, I never got that type of energy or, you know. So mind y'all, this is not even the month of August. I think this is like in between the month of August or the beginning of August, or, you know, like it's not right in the month of August. This is just throughout time from me being there from the end of January to, you know, her leaving for college. So fast forward, I feel like God's plan, this was just God's plan, and things start to work out in a way that it was actually better for me. But August rolls around and she had to leave for college. So like I said, they agreed that I could still stay even after. And with this happening, like, I was actually able to stay in her room and have my own space while she left and, you know, get together whatever I got together. And with this going on, her mother had then wanted me to pay a certain amount. Now, the certain amount she wanted me to pay was like $195, and that covered like basically the utilities of the house. So like gas, water, stuff like that. And I believe it was split half with her brother. Now, I looked at my statements. I sent her a $50 payment in one of those months for one bill. And then I think the month of... So in July, I sent her $50 for one bill. In August, I sent her $100 or whatever. Are y'all following? Are y'all following? This is all she's asking. This is all that's agreed upon. It's in messages, you know. So she's off to college, and at this point, I have the room. I'm focusing on stacking, get my goals. As y'all can see, I left with a whip. I came with a whip. I didn't have a whip. I left with a whip because I was focusing on my goals, getting myself together, right? Definitely needed a car. Now she goes off to college. Not one time does she contact me while she's in college. We don't keep in touch. She don't talk to me, nothing. I'm just at her mother's house. Mind you, no biggie to me. No biggie. I'm not going to say I felt no type of way. Did I look at it like, but you know, it is what it is. I think.
Honestly, that might have made it a little easier for her, given that she doesn't have to worry about all of the dishes that are not hers that they want her to clean now that her friend is gone. Or I wouldn't necessarily consider her a friend, but now that her roommate is gone, she doesn't have to worry about an abundance of dishes inside of the sink. Let's keep going.
We talked like one time of her being gone in college. I even called her. She didn't return my call. She didn't, you feel me? Let her tell her she busy, but I know bitches pick up that phone for them niggas. You know what I'm saying? But hey, I just want y'all to pick up what I'm dropping off. So now every month I am giving her a certain amount of money. August, September, October, November. Now let's just go ahead and fast forward the story so it's not such a drag. But the month of November comes, y'all, and I had got my car in October. I want to say like towards the end of October, something, or like the middle. I don't even know. Now, I'm one of those people. I'm very responsible. I'm young, but you can't little girl me. You feel me? Like, I know my facts and I know what's going on. Like, you understand? Meaning November, the 1st of November is rolling around. I want to say 2 weeks before November, I get a text message like, yeah, so rent is going to be a total of $834. I'm going to need you to give me $434. Mind you, I originally get this lady $200. I plan everything by the month. I feel like all adults do that, especially depending on, how much money you're willing to spend each month or how you looking at your income coming in. Let's just be realistic. Fuck all the facades and everybody on social media doing all, I'm a regular everyday person. Let's just be honest, So I'm looking at the text message and I just tell the mother, okay. I just say okay because eventually living in the household, I start to realize her mother is not an easy person to talk to. She does not like to take self-accountability. She gets mad if something don't go her way and you don't agree with what she's saying, even though you grown as hell and you could be wrong sometimes. You're not always right. Usually the people that's not the brightest is always, for the most part, wrong. You know what I'm saying? And they also get offended when they're not right. Because you couldn't have been bright to sense. Let me just explain it. Oh, this 2 weeks in advance. If y'all know how money work, I'm going out of town, so I'm missing days of work, and I just got a car. So if y'all know how money work, I do stuff within a budget. It doesn't mean that I did not have the money to give her. I did. But at the end of the day, I do everything in a budget. And I feel like even if I was in housing, they would have to let me know 30 days in advance. And I'm not going to go broke or take money out of my budget that I didn't plan to spend because you didn't communicate right. Now, let me tell y'all the reasoning for her wanting to charge me that much money. She said that because she couldn't prove that her daughter really went off to school. So she owed more money than she was supposed to. Mind y'all, in the simplest way, I understand. But it didn't have nothing to do with me. And I was trying to understand, like, that means that you didn't turn in your papers how you were supposed to prove that she was in school on time. That's why they did that. So that has more so to do with you than me. If we being honest, though. Now, if we being honest, you know? And I'm not too sure on how it works, but I almost even thought, like, well, would have been the price? But I'm not sure, you know? I don't know. To make the story short, I end up telling the lady, like, no, I have to take care of my car. I can't. I got to do stuff with my car. I just got a new car. I just paid for a new car. And I just came from out of town. Like, I'm not fucking off the money to that. Like, no. And I did not feel obligated to, because I was not let know that within 30 days or a month in advance. You feel me? Like, you let me know that 2 weeks in advance.
Yeah, the mother is tweaking. The mother doesn't know what the hell she's doing. Why would she have to split the bill for your incompetence? Why does she have to pay for the fact that you aren't doing what you're supposed to do on time? That doesn't make any sense.
And my up and coming check was going to be short because I went out of town. You feel me? Which is really nobody's business. But, you know, she then goes on to tell me that, oh, can the person that I'm talking to help me with the money, because she's going to need the money either way. And, well, am I even saving my money? How much money do I have? I think that it was pocket watching because she seen me get a car. And, you know, I feel like that's what it was, because then she immediately jumped to talking about my finances and where's my money going and am I saving. And you think that I'm not saving because I'm not putting money, I'm not, you know, putting money in your pockets. But how am I sitting in a car? A Mercedes at that, you feel me? And I didn't appreciate that. I thought it was very nasty and kind of disrespectful. Like, that's not how you go about that. And it don't matter what somebody else can do for me. I explained to her, the person I talked to does a lot for me.
A Mercedes? Come on now, sister. If you are already trying to budget things out properly, why are you going out and getting a Mercedes? No. You need a good, reliable vehicle. You need a Toyota. A Honda. That's what you need. Not a Mercedes.
But, however, it's not for him to put some money in your pocket. Mind y'all, I also want y'all to know it wouldn't have been a problem with me giving her more money, but I feel like it just needs to be a discussion. I also talked to older people in my family to see if I was tripping, you know, because when it comes to money, I'm not fucked up about no money, because I pray to the Most High and I get everything that I want. So I don't feel like, oh my God, $200 more, I'm not giving her. I don't feel like that. It just more so the principle. I feel like it was kind of inconsiderate because you don't know how my funds is looking. As you stated, you feel me?
To be honest, and for some reason, this seems to be a running theme with all of these videos. For some reason, sisters feel the need to say, it's almost like they're protecting their ego by saying, I'm not, listen, basically she's saying, I'm not broke. You know, I prayed to whoever, and, you know, I know he got me. But the reality is, when we actually start, you know, needing that money, when we need to recoup that money, then it becomes a problem. I honestly think that most of these sisters mask the fact that they don't want to give that money up, but they don't want to say that they don't have it. So they say, I'm not broke or whatever. But that's just me. Let's keep going.
Following, come back for part 3. It's going to get more juicy. Stay tuned. Part 3. Are y'all following? Watch part 1 and 2 to keep up. If you like some family tea, some family drama, fake bitches being revealed, continue to tune in. So that was our conversation over the phone. We didn't really come to an agreement. I just think that she realized I wasn't gonna like go for whatever she said, and I didn't feel obligated, like I told y'all, due to the circumstances of like the delivery and everything. And I also didn't feel obligated to side with somebody that then went on to disrespect me because I didn't agree with them. And I also went on to feel like that was very childish, and for your big ass age, I don't even think it should have been handled that way. Also, every time it came to like bills and stuff, it was always sent through text messages. I didn't understand that. Like, pick up the phone and call me, or while we in the house, like, speak to me about it. And it just gave like a lot of little smart slick shit would happen through text messages, but in real life it's always like peaches and cream. for example, y'all, so I didn't have a car, right? And I'm 18 years old. I'm young, y'all. Like, I'm a little girl, and I feel like I'm so mature. I'm not 18 right now, but I feel like I'm so mature that people forget that, you know, I am young, and I am a young adult. Like, I'm still young. I'm still very youthful. I think people hold my value so high because, like, I carry myself a certain way. I just got a lot of, like, more so adult things going on for myself. But before I even got my car, sometimes, like, and I appreciate this so much, but sometimes her brother that was staying with us, he would come get me from work, something that he didn't even have to do. He went out his way to do, and I appreciated that. And he had ended up messing up his vehicle, and he would sometimes come get me from work in his mother's car. Mind you, I would not ask for rides all the time because I understand, like, you know. And once I'm out here on my own, I immediately realized, like, nobody's going to be obligated to do nothing for you, and nobody's going to want to have to do nothing for you. Like, you're going to have to get all this shit on your own. Like, you understand? So, this particular week, I had asked for a ride, and I usually would ask for rides on the weekends because I knew everybody would be home, and I feel like it would be less of a problem. And she even, like, offered to pick me up sometimes, but I almost questioned if it was fake or not due to this situation. I don't know. But anyways, I had maybe asked him to pick me up from work like 3 times out this week, which is a little bit more than usual. But this was like right before I was finna get my car, and I didn't want to spend too much more money. And I remember I'm at work, and I receive a fat paragraph about this big. I'm not lying. I got it in messages. And she says, this car does not run on air, and if you're going to be getting this car, make sure you put in some gas in it. Mind you, it's not what you say, it's how you say it, and it's just a respect thing. It's more about the principle. Watch who the fuck you talking to. You understand that? Because I feel like people be going hard when they feel like nobody else coming. Like, you know, I've never disrespected this lady. Even when I feel like she say things I don't like, I might just ignore her or, you know, whatever. That's how she texts my phone. This truck do not run on air. When you get in this car, make sure you put some gas in it and da-da-da-da-da-da. And I looked at the message and I just started laughing because I'm like, there's no way in hell this lady talking to me like that. Not me. No way. No way. I don't know if it's the audacity or the realization of the message that's just like, what? So I didn't respond to her, I would say, in a more mature aspect. And I told her, I said, you know, listen, it ain't no problem with putting nothing in the gas. Mind you, in the time being of the brother picking me up in her truck, I had offered him gas. And he told me, no, don't worry about it. He said he was going to put some in there. And he didn't. And I also feel like her coming at me, everything that she felt about her kids or that was lacking in the household, a lot of times she was taking it out on me. Because I feel like if your son knows your expectations of your car, I feel like that's something you should have said to him. And it's like the type of person that I am. Like I told y'all, money, I am not a person that's like greedy over money. Like, I don't do shit like that. Because too many people give to me and I receive too much to do that. So this lady is so greedy and just a nasty spirit when it comes to money. And mind you, even with her sending me the paragraph, I would have cashed up her $25 to put in her gas tank. But because you were so disrespectful, figure that shit out. Now you don't got no gas for work. Oh, all right, that's on you. But I won either way. You feel me? Like, you disrespected me. You went out your way. You got out the character. You talk nasty. I didn't get nasty with you. I just told you it ain't a problem. It wasn't no issue. I offered gas. Da-da-da-da. And she could never be wrong. So, you know, she had more to say. But it was just like, it's just like that audacity. So that was something else that had happened. And after that, I didn't ask for no more rides. Because I'm not with all of that. You got one time to make me feel like I'm not needed. Or I'm a burden. Or I'm doing something that you don't like. Or whatever it is. I'm going to get up out that jam. Because like I said, God has provided me with everything that I need. I don't have not a family member in this state. You feel me? And I got everything I fucking need. So I don't need nobody making it seem like I'm using up their gas and da-da-da-da. When all she could have said was like, hey, I noticed you've been getting rides in the car. And you just could have been so much nicer about it. So let's jump back to November. Her asking me for the $400. And I basically declined and said no. Because you didn't let me know in a manually time, whatever. So November, I give her the exact same money that I was supposed to. She took it. To me, that means it's finalized. You understand what I'm saying? Like, hey. Mind you, at this point of me being in the house, I don't even expect to be here this long. I kept waking up every day feeling like I am so ready to get about this house. I don't want to be here. Like, I don't know, I just kept getting the vibe like it's time for you to go. Like, I just kept feeling like that. And I'm like, every time they in my face though, they like, oh, you family, da-da-da-da-da. But I'm like, nah, because I feel like quickly, motherfuckers, I'm in a house with other people and I see other things happening and transitioning. And I feel like motherfuckers feel like they could put a type of pressure on me or looking for expectations to be higher than people that's their own kids. And I'm not gonna say nothing personally about whatever, but once I start to notice that, I just felt like, I'm kind of ready to go. So, fast forward to last week, I want to say, a couple days before Thanksgiving, whenever that was, she texts me a very fat paragraph. And she says, hey, I have somebody with chemo that I want to move in. I'm going to need that room. You're going to have to move out after Thanksgiving. She was very nice about it. This is the nicest I've ever seen her speak or say anything. You know what I'm saying? I actually was very surprised by the communication, It didn't seem rude. It didn't seem disrespectful. You see what I'm saying? And I immediately thanked her for letting her stay in my household, even though it's a lot of little things that she do, and she gets smart all the time, and she act grouchy. I still said, you know what, thank you for letting me stay in your residence. I appreciate it. It helped me so much, and I'm thankful for that. She told me that I can always still come to the house, and I'm welcome to the family, da-da-da-da. Now, with that being said, she wants me to leave after Thanksgiving. She just told me this shit a couple days before Thanksgiving, 5 days before Thanksgiving, which is not in advance. It's not 30 days in advance, nothing. A week, y'all, a week. She didn't even say, well, I need the room because she has chemo, and you can sleep on the couch. She didn't even say that shit. Mind you, no biggie, because like I told you, I know how to swim. And I already understand at a very young age that nobody's going to feel sorry for you. Nobody's going to come save you. You got to figure this shit out. You understand? So I feel no type of way. You know what I'm going to go do? I'm going to go get it. Hey, don't even have a specific plan. But guess what? I would never let nobody tell me more than one time that they don't want me in their house. However they put it. They want to move somebody in chemo, whatever. It was very inconsiderate. I feel like you should let somebody know that, this is people's livelihood. I got a job near here. You see what I'm saying? And I want to say, a lot of things that she does, I feel like it's very inconsiderate. She's a very inconsiderate person. That's just her personality. And it's not even personal. And sometimes people act like that because people don't consider their feelings, or it just be way deeper shit to it. And, I couldn't understand why whenever I would come around, this lady would go on these deep rants and talk to me about her life and her regrets and so much remorse for her past. And it almost seemed like she mourned the past, But I couldn't understand why you use me as a stepping stool to vent and get your problems out. And with the same mouth and tongue, whenever you feeling yourself, you get disrespectful or smart, or you say these little, it just, I didn't understand it, but I just call it mental illness, if you ask me.
Yeah, she has her own problems, but we also have to take into consideration that you are also running from a lot of trauma, given that you feel that you need to do everything on your own. That's not how that's supposed to be. You are supposed to have a good mother and father, who's supposed to be there and don't allow you to do things on your own, because nobody on the planet is an island. Nobody is an island. Everybody needs somebody. You can't just move around by yourself. And really, your parents are supposed to act as that foundation for you to walk on, so that you have a greater likelihood of being successful in your life. But some people aren't that fortunate. Let's continue.
Anyway, she did not let me know 30 days in advance to get out the house. She told me a week before. I wasn't tripping. I was already packing my stuff, kind of thinking about just leaving anyway. Because in my soul, heart, and spirit, I was just kind of ready to go. I was just ready to go. Come back for part 4. Yeah, I was just ready to go. And in the messages, she also mentioned, she was like, hey, but I still need the bill money. Mind you, in my head, I'm like, well, I'm not going to be there. Because she also told me, she said, well, you don't have to leave right after Thanksgiving. You can stay a little longer. It just depends on her next chemo appointment and this, that, and the third. But in my head, I'm immediately, I'm so smart. I'm like, well, why would I give you some money for December? And you don't even plan for me to be here the whole month of December. That's why you told me after Thanksgiving I gotta go. You see what I'm saying? So therefore, I'm not gonna feed nobody's pockets when at this point I gotta figure out my living situation. So when she said bill money, at the current time of the text message, I didn't even think of it like that, because she still gave me an option. So I told her okay, and that I would. You feel me? But as I start thinking about it, like I told y'all, I don't plan to, if I can't stay there for the whole month of December and get what I gotta get together, then I'm gonna go ahead and leave. And let it have been an actual discussion over the phone or face to face. Maybe more things could have been discussed differently, or comprehended, whatever it was. But like I told y'all, anything to do with anything was always a text message. So mind y'all, with me saying that I didn't want to give her money for that month, I didn't even explain that to her. I told her okay. And once I thought about it is when I came to my own decision, which I don't feel like had to be a discussion, because if I'm not gonna be in your house for the month of the month of December, why would I give you December rent money? You still.
Side note, I do think that all of these serious conversations need to happen in person. I think it to be very weird that you all are living under the same roof and texting each other about things that can be misinterpreted very easily when communicating them on the phone. You know, I don't think that that's good. I think that you all should speak face to face, even if it's a little bit more intimidating, which naturally it will be. Even if it's a little bit more uncomfortable, which if you're not, if you're not very used to talking to people face to face about serious things, it can be. But it's necessary nonetheless, because that way you'll be able to iron out all of these little details that seem to be very misconstrued over text message. Let's continue.
Or bill money, whatever it was. So fast forward, December 1st comes, y'all. And she texts my phone and she says, hey, like, you didn't send any bill money. And I just find it so ironic, like, when that money ain't hit your phone, but every time it hits your phone, just keep listening, y'all. And I immediately pick up the phone. I don't understand why we keep texting. I pick up the phone. I said, hey, like, if I'm not mistaken, you pay your bills by the 1st. Everything is due at the 1st, right? I said, well, I'm not going to be there for the month of December, so it doesn't make sense for me to give you money for December. And she goes, well, I need the money. Immediately starts to get smart. And then she goes on to say that I never even paid her for November when it's in statements. Mind y'all, the paper trail says October 31st. That's the day before November 1st. I feel like all adults know, like, I didn't feel like that had to be explained any further. I didn't understand. So she says I never even gave her any money for November, which how can you text me on December 1st saying that I didn't send any money, but I never gave you any money for November and you didn't say anything? So then when she sees that I'm saying, like, I'm not going to be there for November, she says, well, I'm not going to be there for December. She says, well, you still owe me money for November. Mind y'all, this is why I keep talking about communication. She really lacks it. And I think that happens a lot in the Black community. They don't know how to have conversations. Like, it's just always like, what? Well, I'm not going to say Black community, older women. So
Thank you, sister. Thank you for correcting that. It's not Black people. It's them people. That's what it is. Older women, however you said it, but no, it ain't. It ain't Black people, bruh. Because all the Black people I know how to communicate very well. So I don't know what that's about.
this is something I'm not even aware of. So she says I still owe her money from November. She's talking about that $400, that $434. She still wanted the $234. And this is something I'm not aware of. She never told me, like, hey, it's coming that time. I still expect this. Or she never told me that. So I'm like, I don't owe you no money. Like, what? She's like, oh, and you never even paid me for November. You never even gave me any money for November. So I want y'all to sit here with me and understand what I'm thinking in my head. So this is why I just don't understand where she's coming from, because you don't have good communication skills. Like, so, okay, from my understanding, you think that I didn't pay you for the month of November. I never gave you any money. That's what you keep saying. So I stayed in your house for free in November. That's what you're saying, right? You also saying that I owe you some money. And if I never told you that I was leaving for December, I would have still owed you money. So if I'm doing my calculations right, you wanted $434. I never paid you in November. So you're going to need the $234. You're going to need the $200 for November. You wanted the extra $234. And then you wanted me to give you $200 more for December, which is something that was never discussed or brought to my attention, because you couldn't have thought I was going to give you $634.
I must have missed out on when all of this occurred. So she missed the month of November. She needs $200 for November, at least according to the mother. And then she also is saying that she wants her to pay for the month of December, even though she may not be there the entirety of the month. So that's $200, correct? She just mentioned 3. I may be completely wrong. I may not have been listening as much as I should have been. Let's continue.
And I couldn't even get mail to her house in my name, y'all. So I don't even understand. I hope there's some old heads watching this. Because I know. So that's what this lady telling me. She said, you never gave me money for November. You still owe me some money from November. I don't even owe you no money. Because your reasoning for needing more money in November and only 2 weeks in advance didn't even have anything to do with me. And even if it didn't have nothing to do with me and she wanted the money, let her handle the situation differently. I would have helped her. You feel me? And most of the times it wasn't even about helping. It was just more so her attitude. So once we having this conversation over the phone, she has an attitude now. She gets to talking smart. She texts me and text messages calling me a girl. And she's like, I'm telling her, I'm like, well, I got it here in a paper trail in Cash App. I said, what's your Cash App so I can look it up and show you? Like, I did send you your money. And I just know you lying because who let somebody stay in their house for a month? And she kept saying I was family, but I seen the difference. Like, I seen her expectations for me versus, y'all know what I'm saying, for her kids. So I just know that if I didn't give you any money in November, it wouldn't have been cool, just like it's not cool right now. You see what I'm saying? So why are you lying? Why do you have a lying spirit on you right now? Mind you, I kind of dreaded having a conversation with her as to why I didn't tell her before December 1st. Because she's not an easy person to talk to. She's not an easy person to talk to. And a lot of things she do is just very annoying. Like, why do you act like that? So we get off the phone. She sent a text message. She get to talking smart. She sent all this little stuff. Mind you, not one time did I disrespect this lady. Because I could have asked out. You feel me? Like, I could have went in on her. Because at this, honestly, I think a person like me, I've been through a lot of shit. I don't fear nobody. I don't feel as though you a threat. It ain't really nothing you can do to me that's going to make me feel hit. So if I really wanted to take it up there and hand you some pressure of how I really feel or how I really am or where I really come from or what I really been through, it wouldn't really be too hard to do it. I'm also at a point in my life, I don't really like to argue. I don't see the point. I don't really care for back and forth because at the end of the day, it's going to be whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? So we get off the phone. She sent me the message. I sent her the statements. She said, that's only for October. You're dumb as hell because why would October, if I sent you some money, October 31st, how the fuck is that for October? That's the day before November. The other statement literally says September 29th, which is for October. If I'm not mistaken, I could be. You see? So she texts me another paragraph after saying that's for October. And I don't even respond because at this point, I'm not going to argue with you. Like, you're very elderly. And also about the chemo thing, y'all, this lady is sickly too. She has seizures and her leg is messed up. So I couldn't even understand how you going to have somebody move in your house for chemo. And you some days can't even get out to bed. But you know what? It didn't have nothing to do with me. So she has an attitude. She says something small. I'm ignoring it because I don't even feel like you on my level enough for me to argue with you because you don't even have that much common sense. The way you even carry things. Like, I don't even have nothing to say for real. So I think she said something else, but she's still being like smart and disrespectful in the text messages. And I think I told her, I said, I don't appreciate how you talking to me. When you get a chance and you can talk to me one-on-one over the phone, then we can have a conversation. But a lot of things you're doing is uncalled for. I don't appreciate your tone, your choice of words. You see what I'm saying? So she picked up the phone and called me. I'm pretty sure it was to prove a point. And on our phone call, she yelled in the phone the entire time. She just yelled in the phone, you're going to listen to me and you owe me. Am I that man that you still mad at? Because that's what it sounds. The anger doesn't even sound like it's towards me. It's somebody else. Because I couldn't even, nobody who says you family and it's genuine and I love you would get so angry and mad. Like, she wouldn't even let me talk or explain where I'm coming from or nothing. And really, at the end of the day, it didn't even matter. Because at the end of the day, I'm sitting in my car, I got all my shit, and nobody got no money. And that's why I win. You see what I'm saying? But that's how it went. And that's why I stick to my guns for real. Not once did I really think a motherfucker really cared about me so much because they opened their home to me because I helped you out too by putting money in your pocket, whether it was only $200 or not. And just like my dude said, he said, well, I just feel like she wanted more money. And she probably had other people in her ear, and she seen your car, and you know what I'm saying? And that's fine. I feel like just have a discussion. Don't try to make me a pawn on your bills and throw stuff at me randomly. And you know what I'm saying? But anyways, it's more to the story. Part 5. Y'all make sure y'all go watch all the other parts. This is real life. And if you can relate, also comment down below. I want to chat up with my girlies. So if y'all don't know the story time, I was staying with a friend from school. I ran track with her. I stayed with her mother. She let me stay with her family. And it went left. So yeah, also at this point, y'all, while all of this is happening, I am out of town right now. I was out of town at the time. I was seeing my family. Mind you, this is Thanksgiving season. So I pick up the phone for her. She's yelling in the phone. She did not let me speak. She's being very disrespectful. She told me that I'm talking to her like that because I'm around people. Mind you, the people she mentioned is not even who's sitting around me, which is even funnier. It's almost like these bitches think I got their morals and standards. That's some shit you probably do. You probably was getting loud because your mother was in the same room as you when you was talking to me, because she also mentioned that. We not the same people. We don't have the same integrity. You don't have any integrity, because even as a grown woman, you never on my level. How could you stoop that low? You see what I'm saying? But I understand, because you want to know one thing I'm going to say before I finish my story time? I used to always wonder why people's life be fucked up, and I be feeling bad for people when I see them in vain. But it makes so much sense, because y'all spirit is so nasty. Like, it's so nasty. Like, the fact that money can make you get out of your character, like, and make you get so nasty and so mad over the phone and say all of this stuff. And, you know, it's ridiculous. So, anyways, I'm sitting next to my stepmother. And this is my sister's father's girlfriend, because me and my sister got different fathers. But like I said, this is my family. And she like, you want me to talk to her real quick? Like, let me just see, like, what's going on. Like I told y'all, this lady is not easy to talk to. It has nothing to do with her having a conversation with me. That's just how she is. And she always has a smart ass mouth. And my whole thing is like, the smart shit be cool, but get smart when you write. You know what I'm saying? Get smart. Have a smart ass mouth when you write. Have a smart ass mouth when you don't need something in return. Have a smart ass mouth when everything you saying is factual. So my stepmother gets on the phone with her. She like, hey, I'm such and such, da da da. You know, I noticed like it's been a back and forth. Like, you know, what's going on? She's like, what's going on is she owes me money. Immediately an attitude. She did not come at her with no attitude. She called my stepmother a girl. She said, if it's such a problem, why she not living over there with you? And then it's just like, I don't even understand the attitude, because you wrong as hell. Secondly, you don't know what I could go do. Mind y'all, my people from Maryland, I prefer not to stay there. I got too much good shit going on in this city. You know, I fuck with my city, but But anyway, she had so much to say. Just kept popping it at the mouth. It was to the point my stepmother had to tell her, like, you know, I don't even appreciate how you talking to me. And it's just like, I don't know. I feel like a motherfucker never had their ass whipped. Because I don't even understand why people think they, ooh, it's an eagle. Y'all know what that means. I don't even understand where the boldness come from. Even the fact that I think she thought she was almost being intimidating or something, because she kept telling me, like, I need the money and that's final.
Never had that ass whooped before. Whenever you see people talking reckless at the mouth, they've never had their ass whooped before. Because the understanding that you gain when you've had your ass whooped before, when you know, yeah, I might be able to beat somebody's ass, but somebody could also possibly beat my ass, that understanding humbles you. It gives you a level of humility. You know you can't go around talking to anybody some type of way, because somebody could really put the paws on your ass and really put your ass to sleep and really harm you. Let's keep going.
And I'm like, maybe that's how you talk to your kids or your son or your ex-boyfriend or your mother. But I don't give a fuck. You know, don't nobody tell me shit. That's what I didn't understand, why she kept having this demeanor. And it's like, I don't even care. Meanwhile, I got my shit. Where's your money? In my ass. But anyway, she got on the phone with my stepmother. She was very disrespectful. And even when I spoke to her on the phone, I told her, don't talk at me, talk to me. Watch your tone when you're talking to me on the phone. That's what I told her. And my whole thing about her is, her hands be behind her back, because when I came to pick up all my stuff, y'all, this lady kicked it with me. She did not want no problems. Anyways, this is not even the last part. To conclude the story, y'all, I then receive a text message, a big fat text message from her daughter. Keep in mind everything I have told y'all about her daughter, who is my friend who let me stay in the house. She says, it comes to my attention. This bitch thought she was on the podium. She said, it's come to my attention that you still have not moved your stuff out the house, and you got disrespectful with my mother, and you called your stepmother to check my mom. She said, you need to get your shit, fam. You know how they talk. You need to get your shit, fam. Bitch, you sound like a loser. You need to get your shit, fam, and get out my house. You gotta go. And if you don't get your stuff out the house by tomorrow, then I will sell all your shit. Not only is you a loser, bitch, you a fucking bum. You mean... And you want to know what this revealed to me, y'all? Bitch, you wanted the opportunity to think you could get your rocks off with me. To think that you had an opportunity to, like, little girl me or bully or whatever the fuck she thought she did with her podium speech. I received a text message. I don't say nothing because I feel like if you really felt some type of way about me disrespecting your mother, and I never disrespected her mother. That's number one. Let's really get it straight, because I didn't say nothing disrespectful to her mother. I never disrespected her mother. If y'all think that was disrespect, I know you're not on my level when it comes to disrespect, because I never said nothing disrespectful. Her mother got beside herself countless times. I really would have gave her mother the money, but her mouth is like, it's just terrible. Like, your attitude, like, and I just kept thinking to myself, there's no way you talking to me like this and you think that I'm going to give you some money. Because it's like, it's almost like you think you're going to scare me into giving you some money or something. Like, she threatened to throw my stuff out the house, y'all. Which is hence why I had came and got that shit the next day, because I work hard for everything I got in this fucking car. When I touched back down in Dallas, I didn't have a lot of shit at all. I was working pennies, like, you feel me? So I'd be damned if a bitch come and touch all of my shit. And I work hard for everything that I got. You know, I feel so good about everything that I have. And it might not even be a lot to the next person, but I'd be damned if a bum ass bitch who don't keep no new clothes, no new outfits, no new hair, no new shoes, no new nothing, who don't got nothing for real but a space in her mother house, come and tell me, oh, such and such about my stuff, she gonna sell it. Oh yeah, so they was threatening me. I don't even think I threw that in there. But yeah, she texted, she said, I'm gonna sell your stuff if you don't come get it. Huh? It's almost like she texted me like she thought that she was topping off something. Like she thought she was putting the icing on the cake. Like, yeah, and I got something to say. You bitches is pussy. And let me say this real loud and clear. If somebody played with my grandmother or my mother, I would have just caught them. I would have been waiting at the door if I was her, I would have been waiting at the door when it was time to come pick up the shit. I check your location. You in Houston popping that fucking mouth. Bitch, we in Dallas, Texas. And you came for break. So you made sure you got out of town to text my phone. And you only text my phone because, bitch, you think you don't got to see me again. But you got the left. I let you have it. I did not respond. I thought it was very, I don't even know. And then even went to the point to have the friends say, yeah, and if it's a problem, you can run it. Some of her friends said through the messages, I never had no other bitch speak for me. I don't need nobody to vouch for me. But anyways, with that being said, because I can do what I want, I hopped on the flight and I went and got all my shit. It ain't because I'm scared or intimidated. It's because I feel like once a bitch send a threat, I'm going to hold you to it. And one thing about it, don't send for me, you know. But anyways, fast forward from that, I did catch a flight and I went to go get my stuff out that lady house yesterday. When I went to see that lady, she didn't have no issue. All the issues she's had on the phone and through text message and talking smart, she didn't have nothing to say. And I promise to God, you know, and I hate to put it like this, it's not even nobody's business. But I was praying that she didn't have a problem when I made it to that house, because I even sent my sister over there to pick up my stuff. She gave her a hard time. She didn't want my sister in the house to get my stuff. Just trying to make my stuff a pawn, because you so financially in a situation that you taking it out on other people. Like, you know what I'm saying? And she didn't want my sister to get the stuff. She had a problem with that. She even got smart with me through text messages. And the last time I spoke to her about my stuff, before I even came out there, not with my stepmother, but I spoke to her another time. She got real smart with me. She started trying to argue and yell on the phone again. I told the lady, I said, thank you. I'll be there to get it. Hang up. Because I don't even understand. Every chance that I got that I could have disrespected your mother and I didn't, you should fucking praise me, bitch, and kiss my feet. And eat this, you know what, you know? But it wasn't even worth it, because you know how low your life got to be to even be trying to argue with somebody that's so many years younger than you. Like, you have to already be in misery. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I also went along to tell that bitch, your mother made you a flunky, and she sent you on a flunky mission to even text my motherfucking phone. You a dumbass bitch. First of all, if you know me and you know my character, I wouldn't even do no shit like that. I'm not a leech. I'm not a bum. I always get money. Secondly, you went for the bait. Your mother lied to you. You thought you was fucking Superwoman, came and texted my phone. Or I don't even know what that was about. I still don't understand it. Anyways, if you stay to the end, check my Twitter, because I said some more shit. I just was feeling myself. I don't know, give these bitches a hard time. And let me know what y'all think about the story time. Alright, y'all. So I made 5 parts of my current living situation, and I just wanted y'all to see, like, this is real life, and toxicity is real in all backgrounds. And don't ever think people really fuck with you how they saying. I always pay attention to actions more than words. And what I say, when you know the game, you can't get played in it. Ain't nobody did nothing to me my mother ain't already did to me. You understand? I'm not fucked up about nothing. I'm on the right path. I believe that everything happens for a reason. I needed to see those people wasn't who they was portraying themselves to be. You didn't deceive me. I seen it already, but I just let you think that's who I thought of you. You see me? You follow? I also feel like all of those things happened while I was out of town, because you know, I don't fake pop it with nothing. You understand how you following? I don't say I'm going to do things I'm not going to do. I don't try to get into it with people for a entertainment purpose or none of that, because this is real life. So I honestly believe that I was not in town for a reason, because it could have been different, you know? And I'm thankful that everybody realized they place. You text me from out of town. Your mother got into it with me from out of town. And to be quite frankly, I don't even think that she thought that I was going to be the one showing up to her door to get my stuff, because I never even communicated to her, because at this point, I realized that she was my enemy in plain sight. And I also want to say that shout out to whoever is in a battlefield right now, or you feel like you are, because you're really not. Everything happened for a reason. The world is going to keep spinning. And also, a lot of that paragraph came from a bitch that admires me, that wants to be like me. You know what I'm saying? And you know what's so crazy? I feel like everything is just set up from the universe, because you know, even with me telling y'all the girl did all those things, like wouldn't give me a ride to work, and eventually like she started to give me rides to work. But the fact that I even gotta ask you, and you see I'm in a rep, I knew she wasn't my friend. But the fact that how everything revealed itself so quickly, like it took a lie for you to show how much you don't fuck with me. And then it's even sadder for you. I feel bad. Your own mother sent you on a flunky mission. She lied to you out of her own anger and frustration. She didn't even tell you the truth. And let's be clear. If you thought I was so disrespectful to your mother and you knew I had to come back and get my stuff, why would you even want me there with your mother? Bitch, you should have been there to body me. But I understand. Also, it even could show me that you didn't even believe that what your mother told you. You just took it as an opportunity. And it's even worse because y'all piggyback and played with each other. You just took it as an opportunity to come say something to me. And you knew she was lying to you. And then you don't even care that your mother disloyal. Like, what are we doing? But no hard feelings. My mother not shit either. You know, you see where I'm at. You know, nowhere near there.
One thing I would like to say is, as far as her financial responsibilities or responsibility, I can tell that she is not even the most financially savvy, given that she's having all these living situation problems, and she went and bought a goddamn Mercedes. Why are you buying a Mercedes and you got a unstable living situation as it is? I know that this occurred. You know, I think she bought it while she was staying there or something like that, or maybe before or something. Why do you have a Mercedes though? You know, it just it speaks volumes again to where your priorities lie. But I do agree with this sister in this situation. I think that everything that she's gone through with this elderly woman and her daughter is just crazy.
Also, Y'all probably wonder why I had stayed with other people. I'm not on good terms with my mother. My mother grew up as my abuser. Emotionally, and I hope she get better at that. It's not about her. You know, this story's not about her. That girl in the messages told me that that's why my family don't want me around and something. But, bitch, you don't know why. It ain't that my family don't want me around. I can go around my mother any day. I can go stay with my mother right now. Let's be clear. If I want to be in my mother's house, I can go be with my mother right now. It's just that I'm not a pushover. I'm not a yes man. Can't nobody tell me, oh, you got to do this or do. Fuck no. And that's probably the reason why you're under your mother, because that's probably how she treats you. Just like how she tried to talk to me like that, and she thought it was cool and everything was going to be cool. I would never be back over there unless it's to see you. But you don't know my business, because if I want to be with my mother, I could be with my mother. If I wanted to have a relationship with my mother, I could have a relationship with my mother. But my mother is very similar to your mother, and I would never tolerate that much disrespect. So that's the biggest difference. And it's not that I can't. I can. I just know what I deserve. And that's why we're two different people.
One thing about sisters is whenever they tell these story times, they gonna make sure that light beaming perfectly on that skin. That's one thing for sure.
That's why you suck and I don't, you know? So, I appreciate everybody that took this time out to reach out to me and just, like, you know, send positivity or just, like, you know, make sure I was good. I can't say though, y'all. What happened to somebody? It was a girl in my comments, and I think she asked me, like, I think she said, where you at or something, or did you get your own place? She said something to me, and I said, dang, y'all. I said, dang, you nosy. But you know, that's how I talk. Like, everybody know this TikTok. She said, I'm just checking on you, something the fuck. Or she said something to me, like, smart because of what I said. And I'm like, damn, I didn't even know. Like, once you start, like, saying stuff on social media, like, people almost feel entitled to your business. Like, I don't even owe your ass that. Like, when I feel like I'm ready to tell whatever I got going on, that's for me to say it. And that's why I said that she was nosy, because it gave you just being nosy, for real, to be honest. It clearly you was, because you didn't like my response, and then you got an attitude. If it was genuine, why would you do that? But anyways, a lot of people hit me up, and they were just saying, like, damn, girl, I'm going through the same thing, or I was going through the same thing. And honestly, I posted that video about my living situation because I felt like it was people going through it right now. And people were just like, oh my God, like, how do you have so much grace and you so positive and stuff like that? Honestly, you got to change your mindset. Like, you have to, like, learn to think differently and stop falling under pressure of stress. What I said on Twitter, I said, once you start worrying, you already know who got you by the neck. It's not God, but it's, you see what I'm saying? One thing about me, I know and understand my purpose. So I know, like, this shit not the end for me. And I wake up every day with positivity because life has to go on. I think also I just been through so much. Like, a lot of things don't faze me. I also told God, bro, I could lose it all. I ain't gonna lose my shit. Like, because I just feel like, I feel like don't nothing be happening to me. It be happening for me. Whatever you go through, you gotta be positive, because you will drive yourself crazy. Like, just, you know, being negative or not being able to think straight. My whole life been a roller coaster. I think I put in that work to try to create, like, a, you know, some type of stability or some type of difference compared to, like, you know, the way I was raised. You just gotta, you gotta have, like, some principles you go by in life. Like, one of my main rules is I don't dwell on stuff, and I don't worry about things I can't change. That's one of my new ones. Like, if I can't change it, I don't worry. I don't dwell on the past, meaning after I vent or the day is over, like, it's a new day. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let's move on. It's time for something new. Okay, y'all, let's get into the tea. Remember, I did a story time about 2 weeks ago, I want to say, about how I had to up and leave my homegirl at the time's house because her mother wanted to charge me an extra fee for rent of December, and I wasn't even going to be there for December. She wanted me to give her some more money because she claimed I never even paid her the month of November. I was out of town at the time visiting my family for Thanksgiving. She explained to me that after Thanksgiving, she wanted me to leave only 5 days in advance. And I decided, since I was not going to be there for the full month of December, if she allowed me to stay a little bit longer, because she expressed to me she wanted somebody else to move in, I'm going to stay longer because why would I give you money and I'm not even going to be there for the whole month? You see what I'm saying? Anyways, fast forward to this. Her mother did not like my response, and her mother decided to get very disrespectful. We had a little back and forth. I proceeded not to disrespect her mother, but to let her mother know her place. Because I'm a grown adult. I'm not a fucking kid. And my own mother can't talk to me like that. I would have dogged it out. Like, I would have dogged the whole situation out. So I show her mother so much grace, even in the midst of her disrespecting me and talking to me any type of way. Like, I could have said anything about her mother. I could have straight, like, dogged her mother out. Like, if I really, really wanted to. But I just didn't see the purpose. I feel like you an older lady. You already so many years older than me. You're over 20 years older than me. So you have to be already so miserable to even try to stoop to my level, and I'm so much younger than you. I'm your daughter's age. Like, I'm your daughter age. Anyway, with all of this happening, I already kind of felt like the girl wasn't even really my friend like that. Sorry, y'all. I had to go do something real quick. But yeah, with all of that happening, I already felt like she was not even my friend like that due to multiple situations, y'all. I'm talking about we had went out after her graduation. We both had, I walked the stage, but I've been graduated months in advance. She had just walked the stage and completely graduated. We went out the same day as her graduation. Y'all, she brought me to her family house. We at her family house. The whole time, she did not, like, make me feel welcome or introduce me. She kept walking off and leaving me. But me, I'm kind of mature, so it's like, I don't even expect for you to be in my face the whole time. That's fine. But definitely noticed that, and I thought it was weird. We left from there, y'all. Anyways, y'all, we ended up going out. We went out, and we went to the club. Now, mind you, she said that I'm telling her how much it's going to cost to get in. She don't think she want to pay that much to get in or whatever. Mind you, anytime you go out to the club, especially it's like a hosting, because Lotto was going to be there this night, it's going to cost some bucks, and we paying at the door. We don't have tickets. So she sat in the car for like minutes, acting like she didn't want to know what she wanted to do, wasting time. Mind you, this whole day, I set up my day to make sure I could be able to come with her and her people so after we could go do shit. When I had plenty of other shit I could have been doing or went to go do. It's almost like she was purposely trying to miss the time we was supposed to get to the club. Mind you, we had been bought outfits for this shit and everything. So she wanted to drink, so she didn't want to take her car, which I thought was dumb. Like, you're not even going to be drinking like that. You don't even really drink. So she didn't take her car. I paid for the Uber there. I'm just that type of front, and I had it. Why not? Paid for the fucking Uber there, y'all. It's time to go. Why the fuck she acting like she don't got no money to pay for the Uber back, right? And keep that shit in mind. Like, mind you, I'm the type of friend, if I pay for the Uber there, why would you not pay for the Uber back? Like, I'm not your trick. I'm not your nigga. Now, if she said she didn't have it or whatever in the case, that's fine. Like, all right, cool, I got you, because I still got it. But just as much as you just spent money in the club, I spent money too. Like, who do people like that? So we walk out the club, it's time to go. And I'm just waiting. And we, mind you, we don't even got on clothes for real. I gotta show y'all what the fuck we had on. We didn't even have on no real clothes for real. I'm talking about just standing here and endless men just keep walking back and forth trying to talk to us. Very uncomfortable. I'm waiting because I'm like, can you go ahead and call the Uber? Like, that's what I'm thinking in my mind. Mind you, whole time we in the club, I just so happened to meet one of my neighbors in the club, and that's how I ended up having a good time. This bitch was in the corner, on the phone, sitting on the ground. Like, we in the club. That's bummy. What are you doing? Charging her phone, all type of bullshit, bro. So keep that in mind. That's already fake as hell, but I still just show grace, like, whatever. So mind you, like I said, it's time to go. We just standing there. I'm thinking she finna call the Uber. Don't turn around and call the Uber. So I'm asking her, I'm like, okay, are you finna call the Uber? Like, what you finna do? Then she's, mind you, we're standing next to each other. She's texting me like, oh, I don't have no money, da-da-da-da-da. And I'm sitting here like, why didn't you say that before we left? Because I could have put the money that I used to come here in your fucking gas tank. Like, if you don't have no money for Ubers before you left, you knew he's gonna have to pay to get in the club. It's Lotto. Why would you not bring your whip? Like, that shit really pissed me the fuck off. Like, you don't understand. So, boom, like, I end up calling the Uber. I'm like, fuck it. Because, you know, I got to get home just as much as you got to get home. Let me just call the Uber. The Uber took forever to call. I think one of them canceled. The shit was on the other street. Like, it was just doing too much. So, I knew another nigga I used to talk to. And him and his homie end up taking us home. Not even his whip, his homie shit. Just so happened, but I don't like bummy shit like that. I don't want to be nowhere I can't get back home, or motherfuckers want me to spend all the money. Like, I don't like shit like that. Like, what type of bum shit is that, bro? So, boom. It's time for us to get home. We make it to the house. It's whatever. Cool. Why the fuck the next day this bitch asks, do I want to come with her to get her tattoo? I told her no. Because, bitch, you got money for tattoos and to go get tatted, but you didn't have no money to put on the Uber yesterday. Fuck no. Mind you, that shit really blew me, really made me look at her way, way different. Like, so just all of this to say, y'all, it was endless fake shit that would happen before me even just stand with her and all of that. But then when you in survival mode, you do what the fuck you gotta do at the end of the fucking day, you know? Anyways, fast forward, she sent the message to I disrespect her mother. Never disrespect her mother once. Never did. She said if I got a problem, we could fight. I told the bitch, yeah, I do got a problem. Because I do. Anyways, fast forward, y'all. Mind you, we got each other low. That's why I need to understand what the fake beef is. Like, you know exactly where I'm at. You know where I be. You know where I stay. You know where I lay my head at. I used to live in your house. I know where you at. So why fake it, you know? Anyways, this bitch cussed me out from fucking Houston, Texas. Keep that in mind. Not even Dallas. When I came to get the rest of my stuff at her mother house, before I even moved, she wasn't even there. But popped that shit because she thought she was never going to have to see me. Fast forward, y'all, till yesterday. I turned off my location because this bitch didn't have her location off all week. Mind you, I would turn mine off because I realized when she had hers off, when I turn mine off, she'd turn hers on if I turn mine off. But it had been a week and this bitch have not had her low on. Scary as hell. Like, bitch, I know where you at, you know? But if you stepping, keep your low on. Like, you know, I'm still following you. I want to see when you post you touchdown because you said catch you. You said get up with you. You said you and your friend wanted to smoke. So what's up? Or you forgot. So once she sent her unshared the low, y'all, she sent me a message like, oh, you unshared. She said something. Really just, it's all pump faking. It's just pump faking. That's all it is. Then she texted me not too long ago, probably about an hour ago, y'all, talking about some, yeah, keep the same energy when I'm in town. I see you don't want it like that. She said something to me, a whole bunch of rah-rah, bitch. I told you, if you not outside, stop texting my phone. We not friends. You know what I said, the only way we could be cool. You know what I told you. You know what I told you. Anyways, fast forward, y'all. I did an appearance. A free pop-up. Specifically just for you. Because the girl constantly keep playing on my phone, y'all. She got her friend mentioning me and shit on Instagram, but the girl deleted it. So I don't know what she posted. Or maybe I missed it. But I didn't see nothing. I feel like, I ain't watched the story. Send it to my DM. That happens. You texting my phone talking about you in the city. Let you know what's up. Let you know for what? When you know exactly where I'm at. Why not just say you outside so I can come outside? So I made a free appearance. Popped up. As y'all could tell how it went like nothing because nobody came outside because nobody wanted that smoke that they kept saying they wanted. Mind you, it never was a problem on my end. Knew you wasn't my friend. First opportunity you took it. The first opportunity you got, you took it to try to talk shit and fall out with me. The bitch could not wait to unfollow me on Instagram. Couldn't wait to unsave my number. That's just how she get down. And then your family is police. You know your family police. Mind you, your family wouldn't even knew I was outside if you didn't say nothing. So you went out your way to tell your family that I'm outside waiting on you because you got scared. So tell the truth. Just tell the truth. And that's my whole kill. Like I told y'all, and y'all know one thing about me, I'm not scared of nobody. I'm not scared of nobody. And you see why I'm not scared? Because bitches don't stand on shit. That bitch could have came outside and makes me and ran in the house. You could have did anything. Bitch, you could have did any fucking thing. Mason me and running is scary too. But
I didn't even recognize. So this girl is sitting out front of her house right now. She's sitting out front of the house right now as she's recording this. Boy, she's standing 10 toes. 10 toes.
Could have did anything. Shorty would not even come to the door. This bitch Meva and her grandmother's coming to the door. Anyway, I just did a fresh install. Case closed for real. That was fun. I'll go again. 10 out of 10 though. Wrecked them bitches in the parking lot. Went back in the house. Did my head. And we ran 2 fades.
Sister came out with just a brown? Golly. And is she talking about, did she just fight her?
Why would you need another fade? Oh, I know why. To say bitches was outside fighting about their mother, I couldn't tell. Fight back. Mind y'all, I'm kind of out of shape. So I ain't even just like beat the brakes off the bitch or nothing like that. But bro, you couldn't have been fighting for your mother outside. Like, no way. Mind y'all, they end up team tagging me while I'm fighting her homegirl. Why the fuck do I get to holding the homegirl on the floor? You know, something else happened. And she watching me just do her homegirl like that. Don't say nothing. Don't do nothing. Don't reach for the homegirl, nothing. But, I don't know. Like she keeps saying I disrespected the mother. I'm just going to start agreeing with it because, I don't know.
So she did fight her. That's what it sounds like. Let's keep going.
That done gave the wrong bitch some self-worth. How we go from fighting to up in Sephora with her? How we go from holding you down, help your friend up, to in Sephora. I don't know though. It been real quiet since the fight though. I don't know. I feel like personally, bitches was not beating like they was fighting for their mother. Bitches was not fighting like they was fighting for their mother. But I don't know, y'all. She said bitches older than me, I call them little sus. Anyways, y'all, I'm about to give y'all the story time on what took place last night. I did do a story time, but I wanted to give it to y'all more structured. First and foremost, everybody keep asking who was it that I got into it with. I got into it with the girl that I stayed with. Y'all know she stayed in Houston and she sent threats from Houston. So let's break down the story time a little bit. So me and her originally had a back and forth because what me and her mother had going on, y'all know that by now. But what was stated in the messages was she felt like I disrespected her mother, which I did not. She told me that she was gonna sell my shit. Like, bitch, you so bummy. You don't tell no bitch I'm gonna sell this shit. Like, what? Bitch, you thought? And I'm not gonna lie, as a human, as a person, sometimes before you do shit and you react on things, you have to think, does this even make any sense? I personally feel like the whole text message, because it was a list of shit, I feel like the whole text message really came from y'all already discussed me, or you already felt some type of way about me. Prior to this message, y'all, she sends me a fat ass paragraph. Mind you, since she went off to college, we would never talk. I would reach out to her. She wouldn't call me back. She wouldn't text me, nothing. We just wouldn't really talk or whatever. We talked like one time out of her being gone for months at a time. This lady sends me a fucking paragraph talking about I'm not gonna lie, I just don't really talk to you like that because I don't like the choice of people that you hang around. And let me break this down very thorough for y'all. She had been dealing with a boy for about a year and some change. Very toxic, karmic fucking relationship. Endless things had happened. I'm not gonna air out what happened between them because that don't have shit to do with me. But a lot of bullshit happened. Like a lot of bullshit. He's very much not a good person. Fast forward into me spending more time with her. One day she called my phone and she like, girl, why is my ex-boyfriend keep on saying that he hit you and this, that, and third? Meaning me and him had, she like, girl, I know because, his friend, we got mutual friends, and the friend coming and telling me that's what he's saying or whatever. Mind you, she wasn't agree with it. She wasn't saying it like she believed it, but she brung it to me, and I remember her telling me about it at least three to two times after the first time. So she's saying, like, she's telling me that the boy's saying that we did whatever we did, and that he talked to me on the side, and whenever I be around him, that I be staring at him. Mind you, I don't know the boy like that. I've seen him a couple times, but I do business with his older brother. Like, I done worked in the club for his brother. I did bottle service. I done model his brother clothing line. I do business with his big brother. Like, me and his big brother kind of like, we locked in. We got like a family business relationship type of thing going on. I'm cool with his brother's baby mother, his brother's people, like shit like that. So keep that in mind. So go back to when she said, I don't like the people that you've been around. Y'all, she was texting me telling me that she didn't like the fact that I still hung around his people because every blue moon, the nigga will be around. But that didn't have shit to do with me. I don't have any bond relation. I don't never speak to that nigga. I don't look at that nigga shit. So mind you, he already going around with the rumor. I don't know him from a can of paint. I would never fuck with no nigga like that. Never, ever. That's a nigga I would play with. A nigga that could fuck with you can't fuck with me. And I say that in all humbleness for real. Like, I would not fuck with no nigga who do no shit like that. A nigga like that would fucking hate me. And that's just what it is. I don't play games with niggas like that. Like, the type of shit, I'm not gonna tell her business, but the type of shit that nigga would be doing, I don't go for none. A motherfucker cannot play with me like that. And you know that. So yeah, he had the rumor going around. He telling his little friends, and she asked me about 3 times, and it kind of rubbed me the wrong way, because I'm like, why do you keep mentioning it to me? And I already told you, like, I don't fuck with him. Mind you, in other words, this nigga basically telling you he want to fuck on your friend. This bitch continues to fuck with him. Continues to fuck with him. I'm not gonna lie, as a friend, as a person, as a human, as a girl's girl, I kind of looked at her like, why would you still want to have, like, intercourse or relations with a nigga who's lying about saying he fucking on your friend? Why would you want to have dealings? Like, I'm talking about, I'm staying in the house with her, y'all. Why the fuck I come home and this nigga just home? Mind you, this bitch never cleaned up. All of a sudden, I walk in the house, I'm like, damn, it's really clean in here. I'm like, the dishes washed. I turn around, I see this nigga walking out the bathroom. I've never really found any interest or been too fond of his ass to begin with. I'm not that type of person. I'm not that type of friend. Like, I'm not the type of bitch, I'm finna go fuck with my friends, dude, and all that extra weird, goofy shit. I don't do stuff like that. So even with this man, like, showing you that he fantasized me and he kind of obsessed over me, bitch, you still bringing him around, still fucking on the nigga, still got him. Like, I didn't really like that as a friend. I didn't say nothing, because at the end of the day, you grown. Like, you gonna do what the fuck you want to do. And I feel like that comes with self-worth. You gotta respect yourself. Like, can't no nigga I'm fucking with tell me that he used to fuck on my friend. And almost in a sense, she kept asking me about it. Like, she almost believed it. So it's like, what? I don't know, bro. So anyways, prior to the big ass message about the mama shit, she texted me saying that she hadn't been talking to me because I still be with his big brother and them. Mind you, anytime around the big brother, that boy come and go. He don't be around. He's not in the same age range as the big brother. The shit we be doing, the way we be kicking it, he don't be all in the mix. If he do be around, he show face and he disappear. But best believe, like, I didn't feel like that's a reason for you not to speak to me. And if you consider me your friend, why you ain't said shit? So I straight up told her, I said, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like you being bitter, because that don't really got shit to do with me. I said, I don't even see myself not talking to his people because you fell out with them, or you feel like the mama be weird when it come to you and his relationship. That's everything to do with you, because I work with these people business wise, and I don't kick it with him. I don't like him. I don't fuck with him. And after that, I might have sent some petty messages like, yeah, I use him to get to you on some shit, but never, oh, I want to fuck with him. Nah, never. So I'm just going to let that simmer. Come back for the next part, because I don't want it to be jumbled together. I want it to be separate. All right, part 2 to what happened last night. So yeah, keep that in mind about the thing about the boy or whatever. And I just felt like, I mean, what do y'all take from that? So anyways, keep that in mind. That's some more fake shit to me. That's fake to me. And I just feel like, bitch, this was my whole thing also, because a lot of people might be looking at it like, oh, well, you is around his people. No, I don't fuck with that. Like, you didn't fuck with this nigga so many times. He done dogged you out and did all type of embarrassing shit to you. And bitch, you think once you ready to stop talking to him, I can't talk to his big brother and them. No, what the fuck? Bitch, you didn't talk to him on so many encounters. Like, the nigga done did so much shit to you that I don't feel it's my place, or I'm not gonna say nothing. I don't fuck with it. I don't think it's cool. I think somebody should have handled the little nigga. I'm not gonna speak on that. But I feel like, don't try to tell me, oh, I shouldn't be around his people because you finally decided you not gonna fuck with him no more. So you trying to use that as a pawn. Like, I don't know what the fuck was going on, but I just feel like that shit didn't have nothing to do with me. Now, it would have been different if I met his people through y'all or some shit like that. No, I met his people by myself. Like, I didn't like that shit. Anyways, fast forward to what happened last night or whatever. So boom, y'all, like I told y'all, the night before, I had pulled around to her house. I really didn't. I had on my shit. I was ready, but I didn't even plan on fighting, because I just kind of knew they was going to be police and nobody was going to come outside. Mind you could fight in Texas. That's not against the law. It's not against the law. But once I pulled up, of course, the real T bitches did not want to come outside because they wasn't with their friends. That's.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not fighting. I'm not fighting in Texas, especially. You're crazy. It's not because I don't know how to fight, but brothers are too quick. People in general are too quick to pull out firearms. Especially you pull up to somebody's house in Texas. In Texas. You pull up to somebody's house in Texas. I believe it's stand your ground, right? And they got like property. Like, you can't come on somebody's property. They could shoot and kill you and get away with it perfectly fine. She could easily, pull up to the house. As soon as you get there, she unlock that door and lock and load and fire on that ass. For real. But let's keep going.
all that shit was. Mind you, we wasn't never gonna jump the bitch, no shit like that. We gonna run our one, hit us up, come on. Your brother could have orchestrated the shit. Or one of them niggas you be talking to. Like, I don't know. And that's all that had to be had. Like, a motherfucker just said, well, you got your people, I'm gonna wait till tomorrow when I got my people. A bitch like, oh, y'all pulled off. Y'all didn't even give me a chance to put my shoes on. Mind you, I didn't even pull it off. I didn't pull it to the back. I didn't even pull it off. I texted her, I said, I'm still here. Come out. She like, I'm not fighting here with my people. And her people texting me, telling me they calling the police. All type of bullshit. And this my whole thing. Like, motherfuckers is not cut from the same cloth as me. Like, your people don't even play that shit with your ass. You don't even got no business calling a fight or shit with me. Because your people don't play that. Bitch, your people straight called the people. They called them folks. Once you start playing them type of games, bitch, I don't take you no type of serious to shit that you said. Even all the shit you woofing saying, like, you didn't even have no business saying it. Like, when it came to whatever the fuck me and your mama had going on, bitch, if you was any type of genuine to me, you would have asked me what happened between us. You never asked. And you know your mother do a lot of fluky shit. You know your mother is not all the way there. You've told me that shit. Your mother done betrayed your ass. So what the fuck make you think your mother ain't did some shit that I'm saying the bitch done did? What make you think I'm a lie? One thing about me, I can stamp this on God, right hand to the man. I do not lie. I'm not going to sit there and lie. That's not something that I do. I could have dogged the girl mother. Like, I could have really played with the girl mother. The mother played with me. My stepmother got on the phone with the lady, y'all. The lady started going off on my stepmother, talking to her all types of sideways. My stepmother is watching her yelling the phone, like, wouldn't even give me a chance to talk. And it just came down to your mother got a lot of trauma that she need to deal with. That shit didn't have nothing to do with me.
That accent is killing me. Mother. Mother. She said, mother.
I gotta learn how to fucking talk to people. And if I didn't have no sense when I pulled up to get my shit, I would have smacked the fuck out your mother. You don't talk to nobody like that, son. And if anything, I spared your fucking mother. Like, the whole thing of saying that I disrespected somebody's mom and all this other shit, I disrespect my own fucking mother. She could pull up the messages. I get like that, but I never disrespected your mother. On my life soul. On my unborn kids, I never fucking disrespected this girl. And that shit is really starting to agitate me, because it's like, bitch, it's almost like you fake believe the shit. And I really feel like the shit really deeper than that. It's really like some other shit, bitch. You couldn't wait to get into it with me. You couldn't wait to have animosity. You couldn't wait for it to be an issue between us. That's really what it all boiled down to. So anyway, back to the story. I'm rambling. All of that happened. We pull up. She don't come outside. She didn't want no smoke for real. And I mean, this my whole tea for real. I'm looking at you in your eyes while all this shit happening. Bitch, you didn't want no problems. Like, you would have been better just talking that shit out. And I feel like that shit would have been way realer than pulling up and that shit going the way you let it go. Because I can tell you right now, last night was some bullshit. Fast forward to fucking last night, y'all. I got off. I'm home or whatever. I'm sitting up in this bitch doing my first install, doing my hair, getting myself together. I got stuff to handle by the night. Something you bitches don't fucking know about, because y'all mothers do everything for you. As they should, but bitch. So meanwhile, some tell me grab my phone. I grab my fucking phone. Once I grab my phone, I'm seeing like messages from my sister. She like calling me twice and texting me. So I pick up the phone, I'm like, hello. She like, bitch, what is you doing? Are they calling and texting you too? I look at my notification. I'm like, hell yeah. She like, they outside. She asking where you at. She like, Mono, do not go outside without me. Do not walk out the front door without me. Mono, I'm telling you, wait until I get there. Wait until I get there. I'm like, cool. I'm not gonna walk outside. I'm just gonna wait. And this how you know I gotta start moving different. And a lot of this shit making me see a lot of shit different, because I'm giving bitches leverage on me that they don't even fucking deserve. Like, I'm giving motherfuckers too much exposure to me. Because this fucking morning,
I'm sorry to keep on pause, but I'm originally from Chicago, y'all. You don't let somebody pull up on your house. Bro, there's too many shootings going on in the city. You mess around and get killed. Somebody know your doggone where you live, and you got problems with them in Chicago? Whew, y'all moving a little different in Texas.
I haven't talked to in months text me giving me the word about some shit that I got going on, and I haven't even spoke to her in months. And she told me basically calm that shit down. And that don't be nothing but God, the Most High, for real. Anyways, I just like, don't go outside till I get there. I'm like, all right, I put on all my shit, my shoes, whatever. I tie my hair, whatever. So then she told me grab a scrunchie in her bonnet. I grabbed a scrunchie in her bonnet. She pull up to the house. Soon as she get to the house, we exchange. Like, I give her the shit. I put my phone down in the house. And as soon as I'm walking outside, like, they getting out the car. They sitting in front of the house, parked outside the house. We got it on the street. Shorty, the girl I stay with, she's standing outside the car. She's standing outside the car like this. Like, don't, like, And my whole kid was like, bitch, you didn't even look like you really wanted to fight for real. Like, you didn't even look like you was on that. Like, you doing all this, like, talking behind the phone and shit. And I just feel like, respect yourself. Like, you letting these bitches put batteries in your back and say all this extra tough, dumb, phony shit that you didn't even have to fucking do. And yeah, I'm not cool with the girl, but I'm not gonna lie, like, I don't like the way none of that shit looked. She stepped outside the car. She sitting there with her hands folded. I straight run up on her. I'm like, what's up? Hit her. I hit her. She like grabbed me. Somehow we end up on the floor. I think it's because she grabbed me from like behind, y'all. Because she went to swing and I like moved. But I think I don't even fucking know. Somehow, I don't know if I blacked out. I don't know. But we ended up on the fucking ground. As we on the ground, I slammed this bitch on her head. I just get to hitting her. But I remember blacking out, so I don't even know. But I just know like I came back and I'm like hitting her, but then she ended up on top of me, and then I ended up back on top of her, and I'm still like hitting her. I'm kicking the bitch a little bit. Like, we ended up on the ground. I never remember getting punched or hit for real. I don't know. But all I do remember is getting my hair pulled. I just remember my hair being pulled the whole time. I don't remember touching no bitch hair. I remember touching grabbing a bitch by her neck, or I don't remember touching nobody's hair though. Because they had they shit, like, they had hoodies on or some shit, and I think she had fucking braids. So anyways, while we fighting or whatever, I ain't gonna lie, a bitch gotta get back in the gym. A bitch was tired. My sister like, fuck no, we just gonna have to fight in front of the park because it started drawing too much attention or whatever. So my sister get on the load to the park and we pull towards the park or whatever, y'all. This will be my last time doing this bullshit. This shit was ghetto. But I just feel like I want bitches to stand on what the fuck they do. I told myself this year, everybody who play with me, they gonna pay for that shit or y'all gonna come to show for what the fuck y'all said and did. So we get to the park, we make it before them. We standing at the park, they park their car all the way in the back. First of all, they wanted us to come behind the school. I'm not fighting no bitch nowhere in the dark where I can't see what the fuck going on, no. We make it to the field. She don't even come for part 2 to run it again. Her friend step out the car and like, I want to fight you first and you next. She like, come on. So I start squaring up with the friend. Mind you, I'm not no fucking dummy. And that's why I knew what the fuck was going on. When they came from walking out the car, why the fuck is the girl I used to stay with, she walking behind her friend? And I'm looking like, you must don't plan to fight. Like, that's what it gave. So they walking up, she like, I'm like, all right, come on. So mind you, I'm already kind of winded. I already finished fighting. So I'm not finna just swing off on you. Like, I'm already tired. So I'm like, go ahead, swing. Like, I don't know the girl. I'm finna see how she fight. Come on. She like, I'm finna get mad in this whole swing. Da-da-da-da. I'm like, bitch, you called me out. You said you want Rex. Make your move. The fuck you waiting for me for? Plus, I'm tired of shit. Like, I'm not even trying to Royal Rumble your ass. I'm not gonna lie. I can't lie like the rest of these bitches. Like, I'm just Hulk and I just got it on. No. So anyway, somehow we end up fighting. I don't know if I blacked out, but I don't remember. Like, I couldn't even remember if I fought her, but we ended up fighting. And as we fighting, I think they started to team tag me. So the girl I used to stay with, she's like swinging and moving back or some shit. And then the bitches came and like pulled my wig off. That's some hating ass shit. That's some hating ass shit. Like, the bitches couldn't wait to snatch my wig. Like, bitch was a hater. And look at my shit today. Done, slayed, and laid, bitch. So they team tagging me. I think, once I seen they jumping, I think I pulled my mace out. I'm like, what the fuck? I pulled my mace out. And then she started fighting with my sister or some shit. And then I realized my wig was in the grass. The bitch was trying to tug of war my fucking wig from me. I snatched the wig from the girl. And then the girl I stayed with, she kind of like come and pull the wig. But I like looked at her like, come touch this wig. And she backed all the way the fuck up. She didn't want it. And that's why I know her friend got up the car to fight for her. Because you didn't want to fight any longer. Come back for the next part. This time is almost up. And then this is my whole thing. Like, I'm just like, bitch, you couldn't have wanted to get in the field. Like, your friend is sitting here trying to take my fucking wig from me. She's winded from us tussling and fighting, whatever the fuck we was doing. She's winded. Bitch, you standing there perfectly fine. You're not out of breath. You ain't really been doing shit. And you just watching her tug the wig from me, give up, finally let go once I snatched it. And you run up to try to get the shit. I look at you in your face and you hurry up and run. Like, what are you doing? So anyway, this shit happened so fast, y'all. I don't know. If something sound crazy, I don't know. Because I'm telling it like the shit was just fast. So anyways, I grabbed out. Because once I realized the bitch was trying to steal my wig, I'm like, fuck no, this still a good wig. I ran with my wig, threw that shit in the car. And I had like something else. I think my phone or something. I threw that shit in the car. And I turned around. Why the fuck are these bitches team tagging my fucking sister? Like, so I look and I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like running to my sister and the girl she brought with her. I just get the beating her in her motherfucking head. I'm pulling her all by her head, bink, 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 hitting her in the back of the head. Somehow we end up on the floor. I don't know if I blacked out. Y'all probably like, bitch, get off the fucking floor. I don't know what happened, but we was on the floor and I remember, bitch, I'm so winded. Once I touched the floor, I just kneel on the bitch, holding her down, restraining her. I took the mace, sprayed the bitch with the mace in the face. And I don't know.
She sprayed her with mace in the face, bruh. Oh my goodness. She sprayed her with mace at point blank range. I know that was mission critical. That was mission critical. I know that was. Imagine getting sprayed with mace right here. Right here. That's crazy.
What happened? My sister had to tell that because I don't know, the shit happened so quick. I don't know if I seen it happen and don't remember. I don't know. I don't know what happened between my sister and the girls fighting. I don't know. But I do remember turning around, bro, my sister, that bitch, I don't know who that was fighting. She had the bitches like this, like throwing them and shaking them on the ground like this. Like, I swear to God on my life. Mind you, as I'm holding the girl down and holding her down and restraining her and shit, why the fuck is the girl I used to stay with just standing there watching me do this shit? My sister, like, fixing herself, looking for something she dropped in the grass. And the other girl, she just fucking on the ground because I'm kneeling down on her. And the girl I used to stay with just watching. Just watching me kneel on the girl and hold her fucking down. I would not have been that bitch friend ever again. Like, you watch us do the shit to the girl. Mind you, Mace came out and I ended up having to handle her off my sister because them bitches started jumping. They started jumping. And you know you fighting sucky when you just get the, like, fuck it, we just gonna jump the bitches. Like, that's some hate and envious shit. Like, bitch, you should have went heads up, kept it at that. Win, lose, or draw, it was what it was. And this is my whole kill. Like, bitch, you pulled up to fight for your mother like that. And then secondly, how the fuck y'all bitches pull up? I don't know. Like, y'all couldn't have been pulling up, and that's how that shit went like that. And like I told y'all in the first or second part, I don't even remember getting punched or hit. Like, I don't really recall that. I recall my head getting pulled, my wig was off, y'all seen that. But I don't recall ever getting, like, stole in the face or hit or swung off on. Like, no, I don't know what the fuck. Mind you, when they did start team tagging my sister or jumping her, whatever you want to call it. Oh, bitch, let me tell you. Why the fuck was they team tagging my sister? My sister.
Team tag? You mean tag team? Tag team? I've been letting this slide this whole time, but it's starting to get to me now. Tag team.
Fighting the roommate, because I ain't gonna lie, the roommate bitch, her friend, that bitch had a little bit of heart. And when you a bitch like that, you cannot be trying to defend no fucking bitch that don't defend herself. You can't be trying to fight for no bitch that don't stand on shit herself, because that's gonna put you in a lot of fucked up situations. I've been that friend before, for sure. Son, my sister is sitting there fighting the girl. Why the fuck the girl I used to stay with is like hitting her like this, like, when I say like hitting her like this from the side and like running back and then going like this and then running back. I'm seeing this shit from like my peripheral views. Like, I don't know if it was as I was running or when I turned around. I feel like it was when I turned around. The shit happened so fast. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know if it's from my peripheral views. I was watching the shit. I can't remember. But I'm like, bitch, why if y'all both fighting her, why the fuck are you swinging and running off? Swinging and moving back. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Embarrassing, bro. But that's the same time when I ran and I ended up hitting the bitch all in her head and held her on the floor and shit. So I wouldn't just let my sister, but either way, my sister had their ass. It was never, you know. So anyways, y'all, fast forward from there, I got in my car and left. We did whatever we had to do. We went back in the house and we started getting dressed to leave. Hence on why I look like this. So we make it to the house, all of that. My sister like, shit, I'm trying to fight again. I want to go again. She said, I beat them bitches like they was my kids. I don't know why them bitches think they had a chance. My sister get to get on social media, all of that shit, getting on Instagram. I feel like it wasn't really shit to be said, shit to be had, because we already squabbled that shit out. Whatever it was, whatever they want to call it, we already handled that shit in the street. So I didn't feel like it was much more to be said. The trolling was cool when bitches was just running their mouth. But, I don't know. So I didn't really have nothing to say for real. But I did get a text message or somebody asked me like where I'm at. Because my sister said they should have had bigger girls for her or something. I don't know. My sister just talking her shit to him. I don't know. So I'm getting a message like, yeah, can y'all come back outside? I don't know. They was calling my phone. I'm sitting there doing my hair. I didn't even know. I had got like a whole bunch of missed calls. I didn't even know. But I couldn't understand. Like, we just squabbled. Y'all jumped and everything. What could you possibly keep wanting to fight for? Like, why? And then after that whole thing, like, both of y'all bitches, y'all couldn't even beat her, jumping her. So just go home. Just go head home. So I get the trolling. I'm like, boo, I don't think you should fight no more. Like, I think you good. Because then I tell you, that little bitch had so much. And I say, I'm talking to the girl I stay with. She had so much fucking fear in her eye. I never seen her look so scared in my life. The years of us being friends, I think we met like junior year or some shit like that. I never seen a motherfucker have so much fear in their motherfucking ass. Like, just go ahead home because you know they putting the battery in your back. You know you don't really want to squabble or fight or nothing like that. Like, when your homegirl was getting jumped on, when I handled her and held her on the ground, you didn't do nothing about it. So why would you want to keep scrapping? Like, you feel me? And she like, no, we don't. And it's like, you know, I can read people so good. I'm looking at the messages. I'm like, you texting like you don't even want to come back. Like, just leave that shit alone for real. Like, go ahead. Mind you, we stole the bitch mace, took the bitch mace from her. Like, just go ahead home. So, I think I told her, I was like, okay, well, but I'm trolling. At this point, I got my wig back on. I'm finna go do what I gotta do. I got business to handle. I'm done. Like, we already fought twice. If you don't feel like you did what you're supposed to do them 2 fights, then that's on y'all. So I told the girl, I'm like, well, if you let me fight you, then I'll go around with your friend. Because her friend kept saying she wanted to fight me again. Which I don't know why. Like, bitch, you threw... Oh, yeah, the friend did throw some mace on the back of my head. I forgot to say that. But, bitch, you threw some mace. And I threw some mace. Y'all team tagged me first. We team tag, swapped off, fought y'all back. So, I don't understand. Like, the girlfriend, like, yeah, I still want a round. I need to fight for that. And da-da-da-da. For what? Everything you did, we did the shit back to y'all. Like, why y'all bitches think y'all so superior? Like, nobody's supposed to do the shit back, or we was supposed to take a lick. Like, nah, it's over with. We all did all the shit to each other. It don't matter. Y'all bitches should have knew what it was when y'all threw licks at the same time. Oh, well, call that shit quits, but shake that shit off. Like, it's over with. So I did tell her, like, yeah, if we fight, then I'll fight your friend, whatever. But I'm fucking trolling. I don't want, like, bitch, I'm already, I got shit to do. I'm just trolling. I'm laughing, putting the phone down, finishing my head, listening to music. Like, I'm trolling. So fast forward, y'all, it's like a knock at the door, and my sister never get to yelling. So we run down the steps. I'm like, all right, what's up? Mind you, in my head, I'm like, shit, depending on how this go, might have to throw a look at the door. But I get down the steps, and bitches just basically talking so much. They want around, they want us to come outside. My sister never like, well, not in front of the house. Y'all can fight, take that shit to the park, whatever. But I told them ever, like, we open the door, why is it 2 extra bitches at the door? So now it's 4 of y'all and it's 2 of us. I'd be damned if I go to my fucking death spot. No. I'm not doing no shit like that. Bitch, y'all got beat so bad y'all broke back 2 bitches? No. What the fuck? So I'm looking out the door. I said, well, we not coming out to fight no more. We good. We over with. Y'all go ahead. She like, no, I'm going to have to need that. I need another round because what just happened, I'm not going for none of that. But how you not going for none of that, but we standing at the door? Because I ain't going to lie. If I was you, bitch, I would have walked in the house and grabbed me out the house. Because if that's what you on, like, you see what I'm saying? But I don't know. The bitch kept kicking it like she respect my sister Meva so much and all this other shit. Bitch, you dumb. Because if you really needed that, you should have got that. Like, we should have got it off in the doorway. Like, if that's really how you coming. I mean, that's how we coming. Am I wrong, DMV people? Am I wrong? But I don't know. So we stand at the door. She like, yeah, she done all this stuff. She disrespected her mother, and that's why we're fighting. And she made 5 parts on TikTok, and I did. I feel like don't ever in your life try to assassinate my character and make it seem like I'm a bad person or I do something. Bitch, I will air everything out. I will tell it all. And I did make a 5-part video on her fucking mother, as I should have, because don't do nothing to me that you wouldn't want nobody to know about. And I know for damn sure if her mother knew that I had somebody coming behind me, like an older person on her level, her mother would have never talked smart to me like that. Her mother would have never disrespected me like that. But I let that shit slide. I didn't have nothing to say. Even when I came to get my shit, I still kept it cool. And bitch, you know I didn't do nothing to your mother. Because if I'm such a threat to your mother, why did you allow me to pick up my shit from your mother house and it's just me and your mother at the house? Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, why are you lying? So yeah, she's like, yeah, we're here fighting because she disrespected mother. So I'm sitting there telling my sister mother, I'm like, we just fought twice. We just got it on in the parking lot. And we just got it on the street and we just fought. It wasn't even a park, y'all. I think it was a school. I'm like, we didn't already fought it out. It's no more to fight. Like, what y'all want to keep fighting for? Like, we already fought. Y'all got your licks, whatever. I don't remember getting hit, but shit. I don't know. So, of course, she looking in confusion. I definitely apologize to her because, you know, she was saying her 14 years of living, none of this stuff go on in her house. And I understand that. Like, I don't want nobody to feel like I'm causing trouble. I'm bringing problems. But, you know, shit. It ain't like the bitch ain't know where we stayed at. It ain't like we ain't know where she stayed at. But she just at the door talking about my best friend going through all of this stuff and da-da-da-da. And I'm like, bitch, you such a dummy. You a dummy. And I feel bad because you seem like you that type of friend. You gonna advocate and you gonna step for your friends. But one thing I can say to you, when you advocate and you step about your friends, make sure you got concrete details and the truth story. Make sure you been around her fucking mother and you know her people and you know how they move and you know what the fuck going on within the household before you be trying to advocate and speak for somebody, because bitch, you could be advocating for your enemy. Cause no way that's your friend like that. Even when y'all pulled up the second time, how the fuck this bitch letting you catch her fade? Like, come on, son. And then you could tell they plotted to jump. That's another thing. Like, this dry bullshit. Y'all, they at the door, they like, yeah, they just jumped us. So y'all didn't both swing off on me at the same time. But that's what come with this shit. I wasn't mad. I still don't feel no type of way. I don't feel like I need another round. Shit, it is what it is. Like, cause y'all both swung off. But at the end of the day, when we left, y'all bitches was picking y'all stuff up off the floor still. So I don't feel a type of way. You see what I'm saying? But she like, I'm gonna need that. They jumped us. And I'm like, so y'all, what y'all did, y'all done told the bitches y'all came with that we jumped y'all and we threw mace on y'all and all this other shit. And y'all didn't did nothing. That's that bullshit. And that's why you and that girl was sitting friends. You know they say birds of a feather flock together. They flocking together. And maybe you not as a good friend. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. After a bitch let another bitch hold me down and watch that shit, I wouldn't be trying to be at the doorstep telling no bitch what the next bitch did. And this my whole thing. We not kids. Like, this bitch almost thought she was airing me out to my sister mother. Like, it's some type of some shit that she need to know about me or something. I'm not a kid. Then she kept making it like I'm lying. I'm like, you know what, bitch? I'm not about to keep arguing with you. I'm telling her, like, all right, well, we not finna fight. It ain't nothing with us. All right, we cool. Well, we gonna need to fight. All right, we gonna have to catch me on my free time. I'm not free right now. The fuck? Go ahead. Anyways, y'all, that's a story time of what happened last night. I'm done with the shit. I'm on some bigger and higher levels. I'm just done with the bullshit. I'm happy bitches, you know, tried to do whatever they said they was. Bitch, I don't know, son. I don't know. Ultimately, I just feel like the shit over. Like, it ain't shit else to be had. I don't know. That's why I said if I was such a threat to your mom, like, why the fuck you allowed me around your mom to get my shit, bitch? You should have stayed extra time in the city and waited on me at the door then. Like, but it's like in your heart and mind, bitch, you know I didn't disrespect your mama. You know your mama be tripping. Like, if anything, I should have chose your mom a piece of my mind for real. And that's not the fucking first time that her mother disrespected me. A lot of shit that her mother did to me, I never told her. I never said nothing. Because I just feel like it doesn't matter. Like, you could tell when you know how shit kind of gonna go. Like, you know, her.
I'm not gonna lie. Sister right here doesn't even seem like a crash out. She actually seems like she has sympathy and empathy for people. It's just she doesn't like being played with, which is something that I could respect from anybody. I know I don't. So let's keep going.
Had got smart with me multiple times, and a lot of shit her mom would do, I found it very fucking annoying. Like, while we here, I'm gonna give y'all this other story time. Okay, if y'all came back from the parts of what happened last night, this is also a following story I'm gonna throw in there. I explained to y'all in the very last part that it's a lot of stuff that the girl mama did that just kind of irritated me to begin with in general. It's a lot of times she disrespected me, and I didn't say nothing. I just let it be what it is because I played my role like I was supposed to. I mean, if I see them ever kind of mentally off and she don't got all her screws and senses, even for her to feel like to argue with me, and bitch, I'm old enough to be your fucking daughter. I could have came out of your, you know what? Why would you even want to, like, you see what I'm saying? You see I'm in this predicament. Why would you want to try to be disrespectful to me or rude to me? And I could pull up the messages. I could show y'all her being rude to me. But, I mean, what was I going to do? Be like, oh, such. And then I had nowhere to go and I knew I wasn't ready to leave. You see what I'm saying? Because all that's going to come down to, well, it's my house. Like, you feel me? And I don't got time because I don't want to get into it with nobody feel like they got more authority than me. You got it. It's okay.
She definitely played it smart. Because if you talking down on somebody or you even defending yourself in somebody else's house, they always gonna say, this is my house, this is my rules, this is my, I'm gonna kick you out. Played it smart.
Whatever, I'll take mine over matter if that's the case. Anyways, y'all know I be doing my own installs. I do my own hair. And you know I would do my hair a lot. Always have different units. Companies send me hair, actually. And her mom had been saying how she want me to do her hair. And it's like, if I'm such a bad person, like, I don't gotta offer nobody shit, you know? And I feel like within the household, I'm not gonna say her mom never helped me. Despite her being disrespectful, it's a lot of shit they did that I actually appreciated. Like, they would let me use their washing powder and shit. I didn't have to buy nothing. If it was food in there, I could eat it. Like, shit like that was super cool. But I'm just real big on respect. Like, don't disrespect me. Don't tell me you love me to spit on me. I'm not with none of that. Because that's a form of dysfunctional love. Like, don't tell me that you love me, but you can't respect me. But you can't value me. That's not love. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm just too aware of myself to be picked on or stepped on or, shut down or whatever the fuck her mom thought she was doing. And it's like, I can show you better than I could tell you. I've always been that type of person. So what you want to do? Anyways, I do hair or whatever. I be doing my own hair. And she kept telling me how she want to install. And she's insecure about how she look because she has a lot of different health problems. And she has some bald spots and stuff like that. And, I empathize with a lot of people. Her mom would vent to me a lot. And that's another thing I don't like. Like, people be so mentally ill and so fucking gone that it's like, you use me to vent to me and say how you feel and talk about how you mourn your life, but with your same mouth and tongue, you would use that same thing. Like, you use your same mouth and tongue to disrespect me or say little shit. I don't like stuff like that. You feel me? And it's like, this is one thing that we need to get clear. I don't give a fuck what your mama told you. In no world, in no lifetime, do you think in your mind that your mama is just a saint, that she don't do nothing wrong, that she just a good ass person? You know what the fuck going on. You know your mother not just so cool and so, fuck no. Absolutely not. And then your mom is old enough to be my fucking grandmama. And that's why I know y'all keep hearing me stress it, but I'm really blown on the fact that they keep saying I try to disrespect this lady. Like, I showed that bitch so much motherfucking grace. And I didn't have to. Like, what the fuck? So anyway, she had been wanting me to do her hair. I had been telling her, like, I'll do your hair. Whenever you're ready, just order your wig and I will do your hair or whatever. Cool. She had told me that she had ordered a wig. I had went out of town to pick my car up. This is when I went out of town to pick my car up. We drove all the way back from Florida. I got my car from Florida, y'all. I had got back in town and I had to drive my boyfriend to the airport to go back home or whatever he had going on because he the one who helped me go get it. Mind you, we already did a whole fucking road trip. I was so fucking exhausted and tired. Like, you know how it is. You get restless sitting in the car and shit, bro. She had been telling me her wig was coming, but I asked her what day, and she told me she didn't really know. As I explained to y'all, a lot of shit her mama would do would be fucking inconsiderate. And it's not even me talking about her mom. It's me talking about my experience and how she treated me. Like, you can't do a person any type of way and you don't want them to speak their truth or say what somebody did. That's not fucking right. But like I said, it was a lot of things that she would do that I would find very inconsiderate. I really would. I feel like a lot of shit she do is fucking inconsiderate. And she know her mom inconsiderate. The same fucking reason why she didn't even come to help you move to college. Like, you see what I'm saying? And that's not my business to say. But don't act like a motherfucker just sitting here got bad shit to say about your mom. Like, your mom don't be doing shit. Because I watched that and I thought that wasn't right. Because how many months beforehand did she know you was going off to leave? And she didn't even make time for it? What? But let's just keep it honest. So anyway, she never told me specifically when her wig was going to come. When I asked her twice. She told me she didn't know. Then she told me she still didn't know when it was arriving. Because I asked her once I made it to the house after the road trip, after me driving my way first to the whatchamacallit, all of that, right? I said, okay, cool. At this point, I'm so fucking tired and drained. I've never been so tired and drained in my life. I done drove hours to the airport and an hour back. Then I done did the whole road trip. I'm fucking tired. Like, I'm tired. Like, and then it's like, you don't even know what all I had to do while I was gone for my car. That was a whole nother thing. So I got home and I went in the room and I went to sleep. Mind you, I already asked you about your wig. And it's like, this is my whole thing with her mom also. I feel like I'm always talking to a child. Like, I have to always super reassure you or super break down shit to you. Because really, in reality, I should have handled that situation more so like, hey, whenever your wig come, I'm not going to be able to do it. Like, I had to do it. I would have had to actually overly communicate with your mama to make the shit just, if y'all going to understand what I'm saying. So anyway, I go in my room and I go to sleep. I'm knocked out. I'm so tired. Like, I'm just really tired. Like, you could tell I was super tired. I wake up to somebody knocking on the door. She never really knock on the door or come to the room or come in the room, nothing like that. But I wake up to her knocking on the door. So I kind of wake up. I'm like, yeah. She like, oh, my wig made it here. I'm like, okay. In my head, I'm like, just sit the shit on them. In the living room or something. Like, I'm clearly back here sleeping. Like, don't knock on the door and wake me up and tell me your wig made it. Like, I'm finna jump out the bed and put your wig on. I feel like I was taught by my mother, like, don't come waking nobody up about they fucking sleep. Like, that's wrong. You know what I'm saying? So I tell her, okay, and I doze back. Oh, why the fuck do I wake up to the fucking wig sitting beside me on the bed? Like, sitting beside me, no, sitting on the side of me on the suitcase. And I'm not gonna lie, it kind of irritated me because I'm like, I feel like you almost rushing me, like, And And I wanted to work on the wig and like pluck the wig and shit. She was like, oh no, it don't need plucking and it is good. Like, she was so pressed for me to put the wig on, almost like a kid, like just too excited. So I'm like, okay, well, that's better for me. So I wake up in the middle of the night and I noticed like she got her door wide open, she got all her lights on, and I also woke up to a text message of her asking me when am I going to start on her hair. And I really didn't like that shit. Like, you see me back here knocked the fuck out, and you sending me a message asking me when am I going to start on your hair? I'm asleep. Like, why? So I wake up, I see her with all the lights on and shit. I'm like, okay, she must be waiting for me to do her hair. But I never said I was doing your hair today. And I don't feel like doing hair today. So the next day roll around, it's a Friday, y'all. Mind you, she works for a school district. So I'm thinking like she's going to work. I don't know her schedule. You know, I've been gone getting my car. So I don't even know what's taking place over here at the house. So she texts me like, oh, are you gonna do my hair today? I'm like, hey, no, I have to work today. I said I can maybe do it when I get off from work or like tomorrow morning. Why do this lady text me back and say, I had plans, I had something to do today, my hair is not gonna be done? And that shit was so fucking rude and disrespectful. Like, I don't even gotta do your hair at fucking all. That is fucking rude. Like, and it's like, I think I even told her in the message, like, you know, I'm kind of tired. Like, I'm not going to be able to, like, and it's like, why would you, oh my God. I don't like loud noises, y'all. That shit scared me. But why would you want me to do your hair and I'm drained and tired? And you see what I'm saying? Like, no. So that really threw me off. That put a bad taste in my mouth. That almost made me not even want to do the lady hair. But I did promise you and say that I would do your hair. But I just feel like, you know, sometimes empathize. Like, don't be so selfish. Like, I never once told you once the wig make it, I'm going to do it. Like, soon as you get the wig, I'm going to do it the same day. Considering that I didn't really know when it was. And even if I did, like, I feel like you need to sympathize with people that's doing a favor for you. Because you need me to do something for you. So don't be rude. Like, you see what I'm saying? So that happened. She kind of responded back with like an attitude or like, I don't know what the fuck, that was, a tantrum. I didn't like that. Like, I really didn't. So that night come around, like, she wanted to make sure I did her hair. I felt irritated because I don't like feeling rushed or like, you know, like, let me want to do my favor and my act of kindness, like, the way that I want to do it, instead of feeling like rushed or pressured. So mind you, I'm so fucking tired. Like, I'm already drained. So I went to work drained, and work already drains me. So that just wasn't, and I was so fucking tired. I did not want to do that lady hair. But I just knew if I told her no, like, she was going to do too much. Like, and I did promise it to her. So I'm just like, okay, whatever. I don't like to work on people's hair when I'm tired, because that means I'm not going to put in my best work because I'm just ready to get done. And it's just like one of the many instincts. Like, I just feel like if nobody think that's rude or that's wrong for her to have text me and say, I needed my hair, that I had something to do. Like, I'm her personal stylist. Like, I was obligated. Like, you're not even giving me no money to do your hair. And I didn't expect for her to give me no money. I offered it to her. You feel me? But it's just like, don't try to like rush me like I'm supposed to, or I didn't like that shit. And even get rude with me when I'm doing you a fucking favor. Like, I could have been like, I don't want to do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So anyways, I go ahead and I do her hair for her. Y'all, she had like a little lace in the back. It was supposed to be a 360 wig, but I thought 360 wigs had like more lace in the back. That one didn't. It had like the same regular lace as any other wig. And I was supposed to glue it down, but she had told me she think I'm supposed to cut more, which I kind of figured I wasn't. But I'm like, okay, maybe she right, because the part that was trying to be glued down, it had like a weft on it instead of like a lace. I don't know. But I end up cutting it. Long story short, I end up kind of fucking it up. Like, it couldn't be a 360 no more. So I had kind of like rushed and did her hair. I feel like it looked pretty decent. Like, she said she got a lot of compliments. I don't think it was ugly, but she did want the 360 part to lay down. That's the whole reason she got the wig. That's the part she really wanted. And I did kind of feel bad, but at the same time, I'm like, damn, like, I was super tired. You could tell that I was tired. Like, and I understand her wanting her hair done, but I just feel like, damn, like, I had told her, like, I'll just figure out how to sew it down for you. But I never got around to it because, I don't know, I didn't really like being responsible for doing her hair no more. I didn't really want to do it. And I did tell her, like, dang, I did mess up the back. Like, and she knew that regardless. Like, I cut too much lace to where, like, I don't know, it was just kind of weird. It was like lace, but it was like weft. So it's like, how is this little bit of lace supposed to lay down on your neck? I was confused by that. I don't know. But I also never did a 360, and I kind of thought that it was the same as the lace in the front, which I think it's supposed to be. I just think that's the Amazon wig, and they false advertised that to like a 360 is supposed to be like from here and down, that shit only had lace back here. So that's what I really think it was. I don't know. I don't think doing a 360 is like rocket. I think it's the same shit. So anyways, like, that happened, and she would keep asking me to fix her hair or whatever. I would just kind of spin her. I'm not gonna lie, because I didn't want to be responsible for working on her hair, because that shit felt like a burden to me. I'm not gonna lie. And I did feel bad for, like, you know, not doing her hair how she wanted it in the back. But I don't think that was a true 360 lace. But also, I was super tired. I was super drained. I explained that to her. Like, I didn't have a lot of energy to be sitting there working on hair. That's why I don't like to do hair when I don't feel like I'm at my best or I'm ready to do no hair. Like, you know, I feel like that should just been understood and respected. And, you know, all of that to say, like, that's one of the encounters where her mother was rude with me, and I ignored it. Like, you know, it's a plenty of times, and it's like, you know people different. Like, you could tell when somebody just always act like that and their behavior is always excused. So it wasn't nothing for me to say to that lady. Like, you know, it's plenty of times she would be rude with me, and she was also one of them people, like, she would be rude, but she had her hands. Like, she would text me being smart, but get on the phone with me being nice, or get in person and don't say nothing about what she texts me. And that's the same shit your daughter do. But all of that to say, like, don't ever try to play the shit, like, because I can give story time to story time. Like, don't ever try to play the shit like a motherfucker just disrespect your mama or don't respect your mama or got some type of weird shit going on. Because I don't know what type of high pedestal any bitch hold they mama at. I don't give a fuck who the fuck it is. If you being rude, you don't get no fucking cool points for no shit like that. I don't know if you think because that's your fucking mama, like, all that shit supposed to go. You her daughter. Like, you could take that shit. It could go with you. That's fine. But other people not going for no shit like that. And I feel like even the type of shit I allow, anybody who really wasn't going, they would have told her, like, oh, well, if that's your response, I'm not doing it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I could have easily, but I'm just not that type of person. And I really just see your mom as, like, she don't got it all. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because you can't carry yourself as a grown woman or have it all to do some shit like that. You see what I'm saying? Like, so I just never took it, like, you know. And I feel like she did go out her way to open her home to me and help me. And I thank her several times for that. Like, I don't feel like, oh, you know, and I just feel like, don't throw it in my face like, oh, my mom did you a favor and let you stay in the house. Like, that shit wasn't no grand thing. Like, I still gave her money to be in her shit. And no, it wasn't no whole bunch of money. But don't make it like, oh, motherfuckers did favors for me, so I should be grateful. And, bitch, like, don't try to downplay me or put me or ponder me and all this other shit. And another thing, the bitch keep talking about where I stay and all this other extra shit. Bitch, you don't got no crib. Yo mama bought you that car, and yo people help you pay your insurance. My mother and my people, they not gonna help me pay for no motherfucking insurance. Then nobody put up no money for me to do nothing. Like, I don't respect that shit. Like, bitches got so much mouth for me to wake up every day and I don't have no family to call on. I'm doing damn good. Bitches need to focus on what the fuck they need to do. Because, bitch, I promise you right now, if we had to switch shoes, you wouldn't fucking make it. You'll be wanting to jump off the cliff, ho. You couldn't survive the life that I lived. You couldn't walk in my fucking shoes. Even me taking the leap to understand that I didn't want to be around my people because I didn't want to keep being disrespected and played with. I endured so much people trying to emotionally abuse me my whole entire life. Bitch, I'm tired. Motherfuckers want to keep talking about what the fuck I got going on with my living situation. Bitch, you don't know what I got going on. You don't know when my move date is. Like, you don't know what I'm doing. Bitches want to say, oh, your mom don't want you. I don't want to feel wanted by my mother. That's the difference between me and you. Because, bitch, if I was in your shoes, I wouldn't even fuck with my mama. The shit she be pulling. But you been grown and manipulated to accept that. And that's not my business or place to understand whatever the fuck that is. But truth be told, if I wanted to go stay and be with my mom right fucking now, I can. My mom is still begging for me to talk to the bitch. So mind your fucking business. Bitch, you don't know shit. If I wanted to be cool and kicking in and up under my mom, I could right now. But all that shit come with a price. My mother done dogged me out all types of ways, bro. If I'm gonna go stay with my mom, I might as well go be with an ain't shit ass nigga. It's the same thing. I refuse to watch other people's moms love them and fuck with them and treat them with respect and value their daughters and pour life into their daughter. Then I go home to my mom having manic episodes and screaming on me and yelling at me. Bitch, I refuse. I could be any fucking where I want to be. If I still want to be in my granddaddy shit, I could be there. I just refuse to continue for people to feel like they can emotionally abuse me or play with me. I highly refuse. I refuse. Just like that Chicago friendship. I could have squashed all that shit with them bitches and been cool, because them bitches right now still want to be my friend, but I'm such the bad guy. They still want to be my friend. But I refuse to be cool with anybody that play with me one time, anytime, period. I so highly refuse. Like, I had to realize a lot of my life was so very karmic. From friendships to relationships to associates. They all was a reflection of my mom. Like, I don't even know what girls' togetherness, friendship even fucking look like. I never had no mama. Bitch, I applaud myself. And the hoe that want to talk about me, bitch, you gonna pay in the most craziest ways. Because that's heinous. And I can't understand how a bitch that sat there and sympathized with my situation then used my situation against me to talk shit. Like, ho, please. But anyways, that's it for me. I'm done rambling about it. It's probably my last time talking about any of that. All of this shit that I've been broadcasting on my TikTok is my testimony. I just want y'all to see this shit real in raw time. I don't want y'all to think that I'm problematic or no other shit. This is real fucking life. Shit happens. You feel me? And that's all that's going on.